welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. This week brought to you by Squarespace, 23andMe, and ExpressVPN. Those are our sponsors. We'll talk about them later. I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm James.
Bah.
And Gus.
How do you spell that?
Bah.
Welcome, James.
Hi.
You
Thanks for
drove
having
here.
me. I did. Just here for this podcast. It was a close one.
Yeah.
Just
You're going to
arrived.
drive home and then drive back again for next week.
Yes.
They just got to immediately turn around.
Yes. I only have about 12 hours when I'm not driving. So
You're here.
I am.
I haven't seen you in so long.
Like me in person? 'Cause
Yeah.
you were out in LA not too long ago, right?
I don't know. I feel like when Funhouse first joined
Yeah.
and we started seeing you guys, I felt like I was seeing you like every single
It
week.
was too much.
It was too
Well-
much. I agree. No, I agree. It was terrible. It was like once a month we were out here.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I didn't mind it.
And it got to the point where people were like, how do you like Austin? And we went, which means you've been there too long.
It got to a point where I was seeing you guys more than people who actually work here, like in the Austin studio.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you guys also, that was also the point where the company was like expanding massively and hiring people like crazy. So
So y'all are kicking off Arizona Circle production?
we are, yeah. We start shooting Wednesday and we will continue until I don't know when.
done.
When it is finished, yes. It's going to be like the Don Quixote movie that Terry Gilliam has been trying to make for 3 decades. That's Arizona Circle for us.
How much is it going to cost?
How much is Arizona Circle cost?
One Rooster Teeth employee.
I would say, yeah, one Rooster Teeth employee, and for me personally, probably a kidney.
It's
Love your time.
like weeks of production you guys are going
Yeah,
into.
it's like 5 weeks.
I remember when you guys did the pilot, and that already was like,
That was, yeah, the
Over
pilot
a
was
week?
5 days. I think the pilot was 5 days, and we're doing 8 episodes.
That was
In
only
5
5
weeks.
days. That was a lot for 5 days.
yeah.
I agree. I very
Well
much
done.
agree.
Well done, Team Funhouse.
Well, now we're doing 8 episodes over 5 weeks, so that math also.
So
also
40
doesn't
days,
work.
right?
No, not even close. Not even close. But yeah,
Yeah, because you don't have the weekends and stuff too.
yeah, we're taking the weekends off, so we're just doing Monday through Friday, like a regular functional job, except it's going to be from whatever 10 p.m. to.
Do you think
So, early in the
you'll
morning.
be completely miserable while you're doing it?
I
Or do
don't
you
think
it'll
so.
Be funny?
No, because I love production. And even though it's like crazy schedules and like you wrap at midnight and you have to be back on set again at like 7, I love that and I don't get to do it that much.
Okay.
So I have mentally prepared myself to run that marathon and I'm very excited to do it.
Do you guys have like a wrap planned, like a wrap party or like a vacation that you're going to take afterwards?
I mean, let us start first.
There is going to be a
Nah.
rap party on 420 dog. Yeah. California, eh?
Jabla.
Legal. But we don't know if we'll be done by then.
Just plan the
But you have to
party.
plan the party, right?
Yeah.
So,
You can have a second one once you actually finish.
yeah, a true one. Elise and I also haven't taken a vacation in a really, really long time.
You guys should.
She's been even deeper in this than I have. And so we need a vacation at some point.
Please do.
Maybe Austin. I hear it's nice.
You guys could stay at my place.
Yeah.
People are asking where Benson is. He's around. He was here. And then as soon as the podcast started, he walked off.
It went 5-4, and then he kind of stepped down off the stage and wandered that a direction.
We have no. He's over there. He might be on the off
How
topic
long is
set.
the podcast?
Hour and a half?
Hour and a half. So he might be back. We don't know. He could be
Maybe
dead
he's
already.
Off having some dog sex.
Oh, maybe. He's still got it. He's neutered, but he's still got the drive.
I mean, he's doing it people style.
He looks into the other dog's eyes.
It's a very intimate moment.
If humans can have dog style sex, dogs should be able to have human style sex.
That's-
Missionary.
Yeah, they should, right?
Why
They
not?
just choose not to.
Yeah, can a dog sling one up from the front?
Yeah, I mean they must. Or is the vagina upside
Right.
down?
I don't.
The vagina's
Upside down?
upside down. Yeah.
Well, like not the correct positioning or
I
angle.
don't know anything about the, bits of dogs.
The depth of, or the sort of the angle of the channel
Yeah.
might not suit the wonky dog dick from the other side.
Wonky dog dick. Is that going to be the title of this episode, Eric?
Wonky
RT
dog
podcast
dick?
talks about wonky dog dick.
Yeah.
5 minutes in and you already got the title? Is
Yeah.
that normal?
Happens quick here.
Wow.
Well, we come up with a title that we can never use, possibly first.
okay.
Burn it, and then come up with
Yeah,
another
and
one.
then the
real
one
title.
that YouTube will actually accept
Yeah.
and not demonetize instantly.
Just spell it differently.
Dog
like
dicks do what?
DIQ.
DIQ.
WONKEE.
E.
There we go.
Wonky.
If you had to pick a different animal to have sex like, what would it be?
have sex like?
I read an awful story on Reddit last week or the week before, where this guy says that he was out and he was standing by a pond outside of his work, and he was watching the birds and the wildlife there, and that he saw one duck start attacking another one, like pecking at its neck and like really going to town at it. And there's nothing he can do. It's like out in the middle of the lake, and he's like, oh, that poor duck. Then the duck, like one duck grabs the other one, like puts its bill around its neck, gets on top of it, and he's like, oh, they're not fighting, they're mating.
Well, they're not just mating.
Yeah, and then they both like submerge underwater. He's like, this looks like that one duck is murdering the other duck, and they both pop up, and then they're done, and that's it.
You know the story of ducks, right?
Go on.
Have you ever seen a duck's dick?
Yeah, it's like a corkscrew.
It's like a corkscrew. Do you know why it's like a corkscrew?
Why?
Because
Does
a
he
duck's
put the-
vagina is like a corkscrew. Do you know why a duck's vagina is like a corkscrew?
Because a duck's penis is like a corkscrew.
Because ducks rape. I'm being serious with you.
So it's like it's like a safety measure.
Yes.
To make it
it's
harder.
because male ducks are so aggressive that they will force themselves on female ducks, and the only way to prevent the female duck from getting pregnant constantly was to evolve this vagina, which is a labyrinth. So the male in suit evolved a penis that can navigate the labyrinth.
Does he
That's
have to
so
spin
sweet.
around
I was
like a
gonna say,
corkscrew?
does he have to like put her on?
I don't know.
And twist her around?
I imagine it's like a balloon. You fill it out inside or whatever. But yeah, that's why.
Isn't all
You witnessed duck sexual assault. Or
Wow.
your friend
Well,
did.
not me. The person on Reddit.
isn't all animal sex non-consensual though? Most
No, I don't think
no.
so. I don't think so. It's just
like a dragonfly will attach itself to a female, scrape out the specimen of other dragonflies, and then shoot his own
Wow,
in.
that is very.
I mean, but that's what the head of a
combative.
penis is, though.
What's the
So
kind
a
of
scraping tool.
The head of a penis is just to scrape out all the other DNA.
Put
and
yours
stuff.
in there.
Yeah.
what's the animal? Is
You're
it
no better
fish?
than a duck.
Is it fish or is it a different animal that like sprays their sperm all over stuff and then like that?
That's me. That's me. It's the James animal.
I think that is fish. I think you're right.
Okay.
Oh, and fish. Yeah.
Speaking of mating, I love whenever Pornhub puts out their like
God.
weird stats about like the things people search for. And I didn't write it down. I wish I'd written it down. But apparently, like on St. Patrick's Day, the search for Irish on Pornhub goes up like 1,400%. It's like, do people theme the porn they watch based on holidays?
They're like celebrating with a jerk.
I mean, if people
Here's okay. The increase in searches on St. Patrick's Day on Pornhub, Leprechaun goes up 1,238%. St. Patrick's Day goes up 1,048%. What's St. Patrick's Day porn? Shamrock goes up 811%, and then Irish goes up 429%.
Should be shamcock.
Shamcock should be.
hell yeah,
Right?
that's what it's called.
I don't even know what those genres would be, though.
Right.
Like,
who's
what is Irish?
What is
porn?
shamrock porn?
Maybe, are they just looking for like redheads with?
But then
freckles?
you do redheads. If it's
Yeah.
Irish porn, it must involve potatoes. Right?
The potato's not on the list.
Is
No,
there anything,
So it must be like a subcategory.
is there anything less sexy than the potato famine?
I definitely thght you were going to say that.
We found it finally, off the top of my head, no. I'm gonna go no.
But so
just
I've
potatoes.
never thought to
Can you
theme porn
look
searches.
up? Can you go on
Yeah.
your little laptop right now?
What do you want me to look
I know
up?
you don't. Well, just search Irish in Pornhub.
All right. Irish.
Just see what comes up. I'm just curious. Other than
Irish slut part 1.
okay, yeah, but that could be anyone.
Lucky Irish hottie.
Oh,
gets
she's
a St.
naked.
Patrick's Day pound. What?
classic.
Oh yeah. Okay. Nothing says Happy Cinco de Mayo better than a blonde Irish teen. What? They're just combining all their holidays.
Yeah.
That's just search engine optimization at that point.
That's how they get all the
Just
theme
tags.
holidays.
Yeah, they just tag everything.
you gotta close all these.
That's like the
Now I got like a porn
Nightmare
pop-up
Before
window.
Christmas of porn, where it's just you're in the center of the woods and there's a tree that has every single holiday on it, except when you look inside, instead of Jack Skellington singing, it's people fucking.
What? I never thought about this until right now. I never thought about like Cinco de Mayo and St. Patrick's Day at the same time, but it's like
No.
they're both just like ethnic holidays to drink, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, let's celebrate the Irish by drinking.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate Mexico by drinking.
Yeah. I mean, 4th of July is kind of let's celebrate America by
but
drinking.
drinking.
And
you know?
fireworks.
And fireworks.
Yeah, I don't think there's fireworks on St. Patrick's Day or Cinco de Mayo.
But do you wonder if
Unless you
maybe
wanna
the
make-
fireworks are accidental? Like it was just at first it was like let's just get together and drink.
Yeah.
And then because that was the initial thrust of the statement, ultimately fireworks happened.
I never thought of it that way.
Could
but
be.
now I will
Is that
every time.
firework
But
porn?
you can't.
We'll Google it.
Those people recording fireworks on their phones got to put it somewhere, right? Why not upload it to Pornhub?
That's true.
You can't get fireworks all the time, though. Right? Like you can, I don't know what it's like in California, but here you can. They only open up for like 4th of July and like around Christmas and New Year's.
I mean, can you not order fireworks off Amazon
Oh, I don't think so.
or
There's
online in
because
general?
that's like explosives.
well, there's like classifications of fireworks. There's like sparklers, which I think you can get basically anywhere
Yeah.
in any
For a
state.
kid's birthday party.
But then anything that is a projectile into the air, I think, is a different classification.
There is someone getting a blowjob with fireworks in the background.
Oh, that's cool.
Catch the fireworks on New Year's in style.
Hey,
America.
New Year, a chance
Land
to
of
start over.
Oh god.
Do you think they're giving the blowjob before the year ends or as soon as the year begins?
They got to do both, right? You got to like start
You
it
want
in
to
one
cross
and
over?
cross
Yeah,
the-
that's the thing that connects the
A
2
blowjob
years.
that crossed years.
Yeah.
You'd have to swallow a load from the year before.
That's
Yeah.
another one. A blowjob that crossed years.
Oh, there you go. It's like I was developing this boner in 2018, and you completed it in 2019.
I thought you were just telling a story at first.
Yeah, that's quite convincing.
Oh man. So the other thing, like everyone's talking about this college admission scandal. Mm-hmm. A little nice segue there. You see that?
That was
The
You should do
the
stand-up.
thing I don't get is doesn't everyone already acknowledge that rich people just pay colleges to get their kids in? Like, isn't that already
Yeah.
a thing you joke about for? Like, The Simpsons have made jokes about it for 20 or 30
But
years
wasn't it
now.
they were paying, like, it wasn't they were paying the colleges
That's-
to get their kids, and they were paying, like,
So
That's why it's a scandal.
are we okay with rich people paying colleges?
Well, no, but the colleges were okay with getting paid.
I think that was just like a universally accepted, not
yeah.
accepted, but like,
How do you even set those prices? Like, is there like an unofficial list of prices that you
From
can pay?
the university.
Yeah.
yeah, they actually
they
have it on a
suggest?
secret website.
Yeah, if you get a building, then you get legacy. So like a building means that generations of your family, your son and his son's son, all can go there.
Daughters.
But if you just make a donation, then it's only good for the women go to college now.
Just throwing it out there.
Some of us.
Yeah, but they earn their way. Nice one, James. Nice save. You guys can clap too. No.
Yeah, you did it. You saved it. You pulled it back.
But then I think a smaller like $50,000. Well, $50,000 is nothing.
It's
That's
like
just
nothing.
tuition.
Yeah, that's
So
just
$500,000 is only gonna get your son or daughter into the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it? They were paying like people to lie to the
They were
college,
paying like
A dude in Newport Beach.
yeah, a guy.
like saying they were athletic or qualified for the teams.
Yeah,
or
he would
something
connect
like
them
that.
with like coaches at different universities who would say that they were prospects for the university team. Even and they would like Photoshop the kids,
Yep.
like playing the sports and the stock images
Yeah.
to make it look like they were good. And then it's like, of course, these kids never played anything. One of them was the tennis coach here at UT in Austin.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What does it say about your program, like your sports program, that you can just lie and bring in whoever?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter.
Right.
We photoshopped it. No one knows. The thing
So
though,
clearly the skin tone's a different color.
I had a hard time believing that the kids didn't know, but apparently a lot of them did not.
I think some of them did though, because like in some cases, like they had someone else take the like a SAT for them, and it's just like some random person shows up to take a standardized test. Spencer, you want to come over here?
Come on. Come here. Come here.
Yes.
Come on, Benny.
Here he is.
Come up.
See, you talking about the college admission scandal. Benson
Yeah.
shows up.
He didn't have the grades.
He's my favorite.
Come on.
How do you do at obedience school? Did you
Come
did
on.
not cut
He
it? You-
passed.
Did you? Okay, I was
He
saying,
passed, but he was like
you paid for it.
4 when he went to school. So he was like one of those old people that go to college
It was like
in their
old school.
30s. Yeah. And so he was pretty old when he went. Everyone else was a puppy, but he actually passed. He did a good job.
Has he forgotten it all now?
No, he's good. I got him to sit up on the chair, which was pretty impressive. Looked like Bernie for a little bit. I was actually talking about Bernie. I got Bernie to sit in the chair for a little bit. No, he's okay. He just doesn't. He's actually very smart because he just doesn't want to do things.
Right.
He knows that you're telling him to sit, and he knows what sit means. He just doesn't want to, and so he refuses.
How was he in the car?
He slept.
The
He had
whole
an
time?
amazing trip. He had a wonderful, fantastic trip that I was entirely envious of.
I love sleeping in cars.
Me too.
Like, I love the tour bus.
Must be nice.
It's amazing.
I dream of that tour bus.
I was so excited every time we'd go back to the bus. I would just like people would hang out, play games, like drink and stuff. I would just go straight to bed, and it was the happiest.
You were talking about how it had like a gentle rock.
Was
Wonderful.
there a seat built on it, like when you lay down in the bed?
No, the only rule was, and I don't know if you remember this, the only rule was you had to sleep with your feet towards the front of the bus.
So you don't
that
break your
way,
neck in a...
If they stop short, you don't snap your neck.
But
everyone did it.
Was it really
Except for Adam
short? So
Kovac.
like if you stopped short, would your knees hit the bunk on top of you?
No, I mean, if you stopped short, you'd probably just slide a little bit and then your feet would catch you and then you wouldn't wake up because you're so at peace. But it was wonderful. And we had our own DVD players in there too.
It seemed like there was like
Did
a
you
weird.
find the DVD? In the machine?
Elise found Frida. She brought a bunch of
part
her
of
own
the video.
DVDs, but she found someone left a copy of Frida on the bus, and I snatched it, and then I watched it over the course of like several hours on the bus. It was wonderful. Best time ever.
I thought there
watching
was
the
like an argument between like some people, like half the people love the bus and sleeping on the bus, and the other half fucking
I think
hated
after
it.
the first night on the bus, Ryan was immediately looking for hotels.
Really?
And like gonna drive it. I was like,
Why?
I love the bus.
No sense of adventure
You
there.
hated it.
I could understand it not being for everybody. It's very much like getting back in the womb. It's pitch black. You're in a small space, and you just kind of have constant motion and ambient noise.
If the womb you're in smells like Bruce's anus,
Yes.
then it would be actually
Yes.
quite accurate.
Which is
because
the-
he was dropping some
My mom
serious
in a
filth.
nutshell.
Did you have to make Bruce take did you have to take the lower bunk?
The farts go up.
Wouldn't it
Don't farts go
rise?
down?
I don't know how far.
Do farts fall?
It's the title.
How about do farts float?
They must be dense,
I would
right?
think they would go up.
They come up through water. You imagine if you just farted in the bath and it sank. You'd be like, man,
You never know.
What is it about shower farts and bath farts that smell worse than normal farts?
I think they're concentrated. I think because a normal fart just kind of mixes with the air. It's
His
like,
face.
but when it's contained in a bubble and the bubble rises and pops, that's all of it. That's like
so
a
bad.
grenade.
Concentrated.
Yeah, that's like a grenade going off.
Farts are mostly nitrogen, and nitrogen is only slightly lighter than air, and it readily mixes with air at room temperature.
So it rises.
So it barely.
Barely.
Yeah.
So he
At
should have
room
slept on the top
temperature.
bunk.
And then it
I
just-
was bottom bunk.
So what temperatures does
Maybe
the
those were my
fart not
farts.
mix?
I don't know. Let me finish looking up this Irish porn.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Then I'll look
Firework
at firework porn,
blowjob.
and then I'll look at the different temperatures.
So how many bathrooms were there on the bus?
2. I don't remember.
Because like, how would you take a dump? Will you
held it in.
just do it on the bus?
Well, I mean, do you wake up in the middle of the night and take dumps?
Every now and then.
I mean,
It's
we were
happened
only on the
maybe
bus we would be on the bus for like a reasonable amount of time that I think.
I guess it's only really at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or in emergencies.
I was gonna say, I think
Yeah.
someone did take a dump, and everyone was pretty upset that they couldn't just wait the extra 45 minutes or whatever until
Who
we got
was
to a
it?
place to stop. I don't
Sounds
remember.
like a Lawrence move.
It does sound like a Lawrence move, but I don't know that it was
I don't think it
necessarily
was
him.
Lawrence.
Sometimes you can't hold it. Sometimes you got to go.
Sometimes
Maybe
you gotta go.
Elise.
At least.
Elise? No, she would be mortified. She would rather hang her ass out the window and take a dump onto the highway, lest anyone know that she took a dump on that bus. So
I remember her talking about it when we were in New Zealand on that 14-person group trip we
that was
went
fun.
on.
Mattresses on the floor.
That was great. Yeah. But I remember her talking about like, I need to take a dump. I don't know which bathroom to go into.
Yeah,
Man,
Because there weren't as many as we needed.
yeah.
last year I was in after RTX Sydney, I went to New Zealand. Speaking of dumping stories in New Zealand, and we went, Esther and I, we went to a grocery store because we were staying in an Airbnb, and we thought, oh, we'll buy some groceries and we can cook and make stuff in the Airbnb. And like the first day we got there, we didn't have very much time, so it's like, oh look, they have a meat pie, like a beef pie or whatever it was. Like I can just take this and I'll heat it up in the oven at the Airbnb and I'll eat that. I heated it up and I remember I took like a bite and I was like, tastes a little funny, but I paid like $5 for this. I'm gonna eat it. Ate the whole thing. Everything was fine. Went to bed. Then like at 4 a.m, I woke up and everything was not fine. It was like
That's the situation on the bus where someone needs to use the bathroom.
It was
in the middle
like
of the night.
I need to run, and it was
What was that you said?
it was in New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Yeah.
I don't know if you experienced this because we only went to New Zealand that one time. That's the only time I've ever been there. But we were starving for food, and the only thing that we could find online that we could order from was Pizza Hut. But we ordered like 2 large pizzas because it was Yumi, Elise, Miles, Blaine, and I think one other person. It might have just been that group.
You only ordered 2 pizzas?
2 pizzas, like full, like large pizzas.
Sounds like not enough.
Well, apparently a large from the New Zealand Pizza Hut was a like our version of a single person, like one of those like small
Really?
personal pan pizzas. So we got 2 of those, and then like, we also ordered like marinara sauce, or what we thought was marinara sauce. It was just ketchup.
Oh yeah, it was ketchup.
It's just really depressing.
Because I think
we
it
were
was
so
tomato
hungry.
sauce.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like tomato sauce? And we're like, oh, a little something to dip our crust in. But then it ended up being ketchup, and they were also really confused that we would want ketchup with our pizza.
Yeah.
We didn't. That seems like a them problem though, right?
Yeah.
Like if you crush up tomatoes and then you cover this dough with it.
Yeah.
And then
And then
someone's
serve
like,
tomato
I
sauce.
want more crushed tomatoes. Why would you think ketchup?
Well, you said tomato sauce.
Yeah, I know, but still, why would you?
You didn't say pizza sauce.
That's, I guess. But where do
Yeah,
they think
but-
the pizza sauce comes from?
Yeah, it's tomato sauce.
Pizzas? They crush up pizzas and then smear that on other pizzas?
I do remember being very confused though, because when we did finish the order, it was like $15 for
Yeah.
everything. And I was like, this is really cheap.
New Zealand's awesome.
2 large pizzas for $15.
Yeah.
So did you have to ration this tiny pizza?
We did.
Or did someone
Yeah.
just stuff their face?
It
You
was
couldn't
like,
order more?
No, because I think it took
everything
like,
was closing. It was like, I think it was like
Oh,
late, right?
late.
Wasn't it like a race against time?
I think it
This
was like
the last
maybe
place?
9 o'clock or
Yeah.
8:30. So it wasn't that late, but I don't know if like the area we were staying in didn't have very many options.
Was it that large was just their terminology for a smaller size pizza, or that we're horrible and from America, where large is something that no human should ever eat?
I would like to think the first one,
But it may have been the
but
second
it may have
one,
been
right?
the second one. But I also don't know what realm like that's personal pan pizza size would feed
Yeah.
would be considered a large.
Who was
know.
the most angry? Who was the hungriest?
I think Blaine probably.
Probably Blaine.
Because
Yeah.
it's like when you order pizza and you're hungry, it's like exciting. It's like, yeah, we got pizza coming. And then it shows up and it's like,
Yeah.
I picture like in Back to the Future 2 where they order the Pizza Hut and they get the little things they have to put in the food rehydrator,
yeah.
and it like boom, gets all big
Maybe
again.
that's
We
what
had
we
no
had to
dehydrator.
Years ago, we were in the Congress office downtown Austin, and it's right when we first started doing shorts, and we were working late. We had one of those long days that you talked about where it was getting really late, and I don't know why. I think almost everyone was filming, and Joel had just stepped off camera. We said, okay, Joel, while we're filming this scene, can you order some pizza for us so that we can all eat while we're
I already know this is going to end up
while
bad.
while we're filming? He said, yeah, sure, I'll take care of it. So then, we keep filming, then like 35 minutes later, Domino shows up with a single medium thin crust pizza, which is like this big maybe.
Yeah.
And there's like 7 of us.
And it's thin crust.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is like the less than pizza.
Also, it's a medium.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, okay, I guess. It's like, it must have been the same thing where it's like, you're just so defeated. You're like, all right, let's divide it.
And then it's like everyone takes their little sliver and they're just eating there like,
Yeah. This is all I
this
need.
is great.
Was that an issue? Did you ever ask him about that? Was that an issue
no,
of he was like, if I order it, I have to pay, so I'm going to only pay to the limit?
I don't think we ever talked about it. It was just like, okay, someone else will do it from now on.
Okay, yeah.
Never
It's like that
tried
thing where
ordering food
if
again.
someone asks you to do something and you do a bad enough job, you'll never have to do it again.
Yep.
I think that's totally
Strategic.
what happened there.
That's a life philosophy.
I should start doing that.
You should.
Start fucking up.
Maybe you
things.
already have been.
Oh my God.
Isn't that what you did with RTX?
Ooh.
Fuck you.
Hey, speaking of which, RTX is this summer, July 5th
yeah,
to
it is.
7th.
Hey.
Funhouse will be there.
I will. Just announced. I was fingers crossed.
we
Please.
We made it- we made it
Let this be the year. Let this be the year where I get to go.
Well, I had someone tweet at me recently. They were talking about, I don't remember if it was the first or second RTX that you guys went to, where I guess like a former Guardian sent me a story where they said it was their first time being a Guardian and they were really nervous, and something had happened with the booth we had set up for you guys, and we needed to get some more TVs for it. Like the TVs didn't show up or were
Okay.
lost. And so like we had called for a PA with a car. And,
Oh, yeah.
He like showed up and we were like, I gave him my company credit card. I was like, go to Best Buy, buy 4 TVs and come back.
We had way too much trust in people back then.
I gave him the fucking company card. I was like, go buy televisions.
Yeah.
Make sure they're this size.
Your guts.
Yeah.
Go.
He said that he was so nervous. Like he had the card and he was picking up all this stuff. And it was like, it was really a lot to ask him. And I'm really glad that
It was like his first time being a guardian and everything like that. He's just like, it meant so much that you trusted me, but I was so nervous.
I think it's really funny. Like when you're in that moment, like when you're doing the planning, it's like everything's going on. You're like, someone has to do this. It just has to get
It's
done.
like, I don't give a fuck. Take my card. Take my child. Like, just do it.
I think now it's like, it's a little easier now with like Amazon Prime Now, or it's just like, I just ordered 4 TVs that are going to show up because of Amazon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I can't imagine a scenario where those TVs were absolutely necessary either. You're like stressing out about it. It feels like it needs to get done in the moment, but
Also,
then
it was like 2 hours before the doors opened too, if I remember right. It was like right before.
What was the year where, like, it was probably an hour before we were opening the doors on Friday, and like none of the Xboxes had the proper thing download. Oh, none of the computers had like the proper update on them. So Adam Baird had to update all the computers, and it was like 50 of them.
Yeah, that's like every year. It's like some last minute thing. Like, oh, nothing works.
Help.
Yeah, let's fix it. Anyway, it's a great show. Come hang out. It's a good time.
No, it's really fun. We're doing like the podcast festival this time, which is going to be really cool.
Animation Festival again.
Animation festival.
I don't even know what's going on.
Funhouse.
They're going to be there.
We will be there. I don't know what we're going to be
Festival?
doing. Yeah, maybe the Funhouse Festival. It's just a ball pit. It's a ball pit and police tape.
We did
That's
talk
it.
about having like exhibits for all the failed conventions, like a fire festival area.
Oh, hold on,
like,
failed?
and DashCon.
The DashCon ball pit.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You should do that.
That's funny. Nobody remembers anything else about DashCon other than that stupid ball pit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we could do TanaCon.
TanaCon.
We could make everyone stand in the parking lot.
Which parking lot?
You guys are like doing like really like inside baseball convention talk. You're like discussing all these. I know Fire Festival.
Do you not know
I think
DashCon?
I've kind of heard of DashCon. I have no idea what the third one you said was.
TanaCon? You didn't hear about that one?
No.
TanaCon, she's a YouTuber named Tana.
Banana?
No. Is that? No, that's not it. What is it? Tana Mongeau.
Okay.
Mongeau? Did I say that
So
right?
she had this one YouTuber
Tana Mongeau. Yeah.
had her own convention.
But she did it at the same week or during the same weekend as VidCon because apparently she was not invited by VidCon.
Ooh.
And I think tickets were either free or very cheap.
They were free.
They're free, but there was like a VIP level that people had to pay for.
Okay.
But like 5,000 people showed up to this hotel where I think they could maybe fit like 200 people in the room that they
That's a
had.
good problem to have, though.
And in summer, so then everyone had to stand out in line in the parking lot.
Yeah.
See, I thought you were gonna say that this rando YouTuber wanted to have a convention that's all about them, and it was just like people standing in a parking lot. But there were so many people.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's impressive. I think good for her. That's not the way I thought
I mean,
that story was gonna go.
Nice that she has a lot of fans and stuff. And it's
Yeah,
probably like a nice ego boost, but they no happy.
What was the
Guarantee
one?
it was like $60 according to Peter Hayes.
Yeah.
What was the one that Fusi Tubed did?
FusiCon.
Is that what it was?
I think it was. I'm
Safe
making
bet.
that up, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was
It's
actually
a safe
called.
bet.
He said Drake was going to be there.
Jesus
There was FusiCon. There's a local car show. I think they're defunct now. I don't think it's happening this year. They would call it the Donk Contest, and it was for like lowriders and like cars with hydraulics and stuff. They've had a very up and down history. And
No pun intended.
hey. But
yeah, dude.
one of the people who organized it had a post in the Austin subreddit a couple of weeks ago that was like, guys, I'm really sorry to say, not going to have a donk contest this year. We got scammed out of $200,000. Like we lost all of our funding. Apparently they had hired some guy who said that he could get, I forget who it was. He could get like some big names from like some big rappers to come
Was
and
it the
perform
guy who did Fire
at the donk
Festival?
contest. But
Billy?
with the guy who said he could get the rappers to come and perform, he just bought cameos from them, saying like, "Hey, I'll see you in Austin, whatever the date is." And then it was like, "Look, see here, I've got the rapper here saying that he's going to be at your event." So they gave the guy like $200,000, and he just like split. He's gone.
Wow.
It's a good way to make your money back from Cameo.
Yeah, the guy probably paid what, like a couple $100 in Cameo and
If
made off with
that,
all that
yeah.
money. That's fucking awful.
Yeah.
Some people charge a ton of money for those Cameo videos.
It's funny that you guys are mentioning that because I was just looking at that website today for the first time.
Really?
I'd never
Sign
heard of
up.
it before.
Do you get?
Sign up?
I feel like
No?
they've sent
I
me
don't know.
1,900 emails to join Cameo.
Why don't you do it?
They're trying to recruit you for Cameo?
are.
How much
Yep.
would you charge for a cameo?
I would feel bad charging anything.
I was gonna say, yeah. 50 cents.
Isn't Bruce on there?
I think Bruce is on there. Yeah.
I mean, it's great. Bruce
Yeah.
is great.
No, there's a couple people we know on there. I believe Aaron Zek is on there. Plays
yeah?
Blake and Ruby.
How much are hers?
I didn't look, but
So-
I did look at the guy who plays Stanley from The Office because I was like, this would actually be like a really fun one to get. He charges $300.
I think I try and get past when you see celebrities doing things like that, you want to feel bad for them. You're like, why would they need to do that? But I think it's fine, good. It's their choice, right? If they want to do that, and they probably don't expect people, but they're like, hey, if they do, I'll go out to dinner. I feel like that's the thought
Yeah.
process.
I think it might just be fun for them. Like,
Yeah.
if someone wants me to make up a video, sure.
Josh
easy,
Flanagan for Christmas got Elise and I cameos. And we got a cameo from Jake the Snake Roberts, the professional wrestler. Oh, and it was perfect. It was one of the best gifts I think I've ever gotten
Okay.
because it's one is Jake the Snake Roberts. Two, it was filmed portrait, but this way. So you have to turn your head to look at it. And it's clear that Josh gave him talking these are our names. We live in California. But then also he just started talking about Josh a lot too. He just started riffing on it.
Do you think that was the note that Josh gave them too?
Maybe. I mean, maybe. I think he was just like, this, all I have is whatever you fill out on that form profile on Cameo to go on, which is these names, their location, and this other guy that bought it and his billing information.
Yeah.
So he's like, just want to say, there's Bruce. He just want to say, Josh, Josh loves you guys. Have great time in California. By the way, Josh's zip code is this. But it was I was like, this is amazing. This is the perfect gift. And I actually really enjoyed it. And I don't feel bad for Jake the Snake Roberts for doing it or anyone else
No,
that's on it.
I think it's great.
I think it's fun.
quick and
I want
easy.
to order one from Bruce.
You
I
should.
know, I should too.
You should
You
do
know,
it.
5-star rating. Look at that.
Yeah, because he fucking delivers on it.
Hell yeah.
You do not get a landscape portrait video.
Yeah. Bruce does it right, though.
I saw one of Bruce's and he was shirtless.
If that's what they put on the sheet.
Oh, that's what was requested.
Well, no, it was if you request him with a shirt, you'll get a shirt. If you don't put anything, you'll get Bruce without a shirt. That's the way it should be.
Pure, unfiltered Bruce.
Yeah.
I feel
You-
like
if you
those
want
should
'em.
be more expensive.
You'd think, but no.
I think I saw that Caitlyn Jenner was $1,000.
Oh, really?
Who is the most expensive
I
cameo?
want to see. I mean,
know
I
that-
saw Stormy Daniels is on there.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think she was like a couple $100.
You can't sort by price.
Do you think I could pay her to tell me that my dick looks like Toad?
I found it. Price high below.
Probably.
Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner is the most expensive at $1,000.
Huh.
The second most expensive is Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, $999.
Is he a
What?
judge?
He's
On Shark
He's
Tank?
one of the sharks.
Yeah, he's like one of the people who invests in people.
Shouldn't.
Then behind
he
that is-
shouldn't either.
That's
Right-
how he gets his fucking
Then right
money.
behind that, it's all like sports people: Brian Urlacher, Brett Favre, Antonio Brown, Terrell Davis,
See, there's all kinds
Roger
of classy
Clemens.
people up there.
Billy
And-
Zane.
ooh,
Billy
Andy
Zane's
Dick.
the highest actor on this list at $500.
That's a steal.
Zane.
That's a steal for Billy Zane.
He was in Titanic.
Can I tell you a story
And Twin
about
Peaks.
Billy Zane? Do you
Dude.
want to hear a story
Oh, I
about
wanna
Billy
hear.
Zane?
Gilbert Gottfried, $150. That's not that expensive.
That's a great amount of money.
we
I know
should,
I'm getting you for Christmas.
Please
When
do.
the Aladdin movie comes out, the new one, we should just get him to say what Yaga should have said in the movie, and then
just pay
edit it all
for
together.
as many cameos as we need to fill all
Perfect
the.
version of that
Yeah.
film.
But you were gonna
What's your
say
Billy
about
Zane?
My Billy Zane story.
Billy Zane?
I follow Billy Zane on Twitter. I love Billy Zane.
Good-looking man.
I'm a Zaniac, as
Oh.
it were. And he a while ago was selling because he's an artist, as anyone who draws, I guess, can call themselves. But he's an artist, and he sells his art. And he was doing for charity. You can send him a photo, and he'll do a sketch of the photo. So I sent him a photo of Elise and Benson. And it's a goofy photo of Benson, a good photo of Elise. But I sent it to him, and then it cost like $200. But
play.
he sent it back. The only thing was the invoice number on it was like 0000004. And I think maybe it was random. Maybe it was just random. But
Or
there's
maybe it's
also
the
a
fourth
chance
one.
I was the fourth person to do it, that I jumped on it so fast. So I don't know. It also came from like 3 blocks from my house.
Weird.
I guess
Do you think he's got a studio right around the corner from you?
Like either he or his assistant don't live too far from me. So
I feel like
was
you should order another one and see what the number is up to.
I don't even know if he's doing it. It was like for a period in time, he was like, "Oh, I'll be doing this," because he's so busy.
Yeah.
You know, Billy Zane's real busy.
Of course.
Billy Zane.
But $500 for a custom video.
You can get on that.
I should get him to do a video for Jake the Snake Roberts.
That would be
Hell yeah,
incredible.
dude.
Yeah.
Send cameos to cameo people.
But all he can talk about is Josh. Like,
Do you think he still remembers the zip code?
I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
Here, I'm going to read that thing over there. I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, you can make your next move with Squarespace. Squarespace has launched even more templates to make creating a powerful online identity even easier. Each template is a starting point for a wide range of projects, whether you're pursuing your side hustle or promoting your main gig. Create a beautiful business website with Squarespace's all-in-one platform. There's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. It's easy to set up or transfer your domain on Squarespace, and you're able to manage all of your domain and billing settings in one place. It's also never been easier to sell products or services online. Squarespace allows you to manage your products, orders, and inventory easily. You can start your free trial today at squarespace.com. Go to squarespace.com/roosterteeth to get 10% off your first purchase. That's squarespace.com/roosterteeth for 10% off your first purchase. And we've been asking you guys to share your Squarespace creator websites. We've gone through and picked some of our favorites to show off. As a reminder, with Squarespace, you too can make sites like this. So be sure to tweet at us with hashtag RTSquarespace. So here's a few of our sites that we picked out. First up, we have at Nick_Frollo.
Ooh la la.
Next up, we have at Sammy Ferber. That's the Sammy Ferber right there.
I'd buy a cameo from him.
And last up, we have at _camera dude. Nice. So thanks for showing us your websites, guys. Thanks for using Squarespace, and thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast. So did you see that thing last week? So I don't get it. Well, how should I start this? So Beto O'Rourke announced he's running for president.
Yes.
And then there was that story that came out like the day after he announced that he was in a hacking group in the late 90s, early 2000s. He was in a hacking group called Cult of the Dead Cow. And I don't know how much you guys were into that back then, but they made this exploit utility back in the late 90s called Back Orifice, that it was you could run it and force it to install on people's computers and remotely take control of their computers. I was super terrified of this program back in 1998, 1999.
Yeah.
And it's so weird now to think that someone who was in that group has announced that they're running for president.
Yeah. Because you were aware of it at the time.
Yeah. It was like something that I worried about.
That is so weird.
When Beto was running for Senate, there were a lot of like anti-Beto ads, but each one seemed to like make him cooler.
Yeah.
Like he skateboards. It was like all kinds of stuff like that. Like things that most people would deem cool, but they were like do you think that this was like someone was holding on to this and they're like, oh yeah, if he even thinks of running for president, I'm going to drop this bombshell. And then they did. And then you were like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Damn it.
That's awesome. I was on the fence, but now I think I'm all in.
Well, it's just strange. Like I feel like so many people who regulate the internet and who regulate technology have no idea how it works. It's like they just like, why are these people in charge of it? And you can have someone who really deeply understands it if they were involved with this group.
Yeah.
Whether that's good or bad, at least they understand the technology. I don't know what outweighs the other.
He's still going to use an iPhone that has the password like 0000000 though, because everyone thinks they're invincible.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
The funny thing to me is when people have on Android, they have like the gesture swipe to unlock, and you see like a greasy, oily screen with like the number 4 outlined. It's like, well, I know what your fucking code to unlock your phone is.
Wash
now.
your hands.
Yeah, wash your hands. Wash the other wipe and wipe down your screen, maybe.
I'm very curious to see what his campaign slogan is going to be, because Beto is such like a punnable name that I'm just like, I don't know if he's going to incorporate it or not, but I personally hope he does.
It's going to be Beto, watch out for your back end orifice or whatever was it called?
Back orifice.
Back orifice. He's just going to hack everything.
Hacked planet.
Hack the voting machines.
I'm
I'm already giving you spin.
I went downtown last week and I went to a lawyer and got a will because I figured I should have a will.
That's cool.
And then I got really nervous about traveling with my will. Like I was in an Uber and I was like, I hope I don't die in a car crash with my will on me.
Oh, and like nobody will.
So ironic.
Well, but then you have it.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect
Yeah.
way to die.
I think I just felt like I was more likely to die because I had my will
You
in my
had it,
hand.
and just like the irony of the universe.
Yeah.
Well, no one has to go looking for it. It's like, oh, what are we gonna do? Oh, it's look right here.
Yeah.
It's in his dead hand.
The only thing that didn't burn up in this car crash.
Yeah. Line one on the will. If in a car crash in the back of a cab on South
this.
Lamar, please don't resuscitate.
Please order me one cameo.
What are you leaving me?
Sod all, actually.
No.
That's nice.
That's not fair.
That's a gift that keeps on giving.
All of his sod. So you can
Yeah, maybe
farm.
I should have something like could just go through all of my stuff, and if any of it happens to be Jewish, you get it.
What does that?
It
what does that
won't
mean?
be, but
Like Jewish
I really look
items.
forward to getting your menorah. Whatever the fuck you have.
So, how long did that take to put a willy? I've been thinking about doing the same thing.
I mean, it was in 2 sessions. Like when I talked about it, and they wrote it up, and I went and
Sign it? I've been thinking about doing the same thing. Why?
doesn't take very long.
Why did you do? If you mind saying, why did you decide to do it in person versus like a website where you can go like download one? You feel like it's more
can you?
professional?
I didn't know. No, I just Googled it. Found one in Austin. It was fine. Yeah,
I guess then you have like a professional person who's like going to look through
Yeah.
everything and
Well,
not
it's
make sure
also-
you miss anything.
You have to give a ton of information, and I guess I'd just feel less good about
Doing that
submitting that
online.
into a form.
Yeah.
Like all of my relatives' addresses and phone numbers and stuff. That's like,
Oh, that makes sense.
probably just give that to.
Oh, you were going to give it to people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, see, my will is just throw it all in a furnace. So I don't need to give anyone else's information.
Can you do that in a will? Just be like, burn all of my stuff and
Probably.
just give away all my money.
I think they would have to do that, right? As long as you pay for it, it comes out of your money.
I mean, if you factor in enough money to pay for the furnace and the burning, then they
Yeah.
have to burn the rest,
Exactly.
right? Legally.
They should say like burn it with you. Like you want to be cremated with all your stuff.
Yeah.
Then take the furnace and burn that in another furnace.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Like an even
I want to be
bigger
burned
one.
with my furnace.
Because James Doohan wanted to be shot into space. Remember,
Yeah.
Scotty?
And
That was in his
He
will.
was.
And they had to do it. Like, well, we got to figure this out. Someone had to put our best people on it.
that was so long. It was like on a space shuttle, right? Like that's how long ago it was.
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Someone asked me a really interesting question the other day. It was if you were cremated and your ashes were turned into like a vinyl of one song, like a single,
Yeah.
what song would you choose?
Who let the dogs out?
Oh, that's a good one.
It would be annoying eternally.
Terrible. So on brand for you.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, it's got to be something really obnoxious.
Who let the dogs out? Or the
what does
LMFAO, like
what does
Party
the
Rock
fox
Anthem?
say?
That's a
That's
great
the
one.
fuck saying. Damn. I went legit when I answered it. I said, Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles.
Gay.
I know.
Yeah, maybe like Eiffel 65 or something. Blue.
I'm blue.
That's a good one
In
too.
chat,
Really
Helping
annoying.
Hands 97 saying Country Roads. And of course, who's this? Wolf's Kid 17 saying Darude Sandstorm.
That's good too.
Yeah.
I just like to hear that on vinyl, the
vinyl?
way it was intended to be listened to.
Why haven't any of you said Never Gonna Give You Up? I feel like that's like the most classic annoying song.
It's
that
not
exists.
Well, it would have to be
anymore.
labeled "Here Comes the Sun," and then when you play it, it's never going to give you up.
Very true.
Rickrolled by a corpse.
Yeah.
Is it a corpse if you're vinyl? Not really, is it?
No?
Like your ashes aren't corpse.
No.
No.
No, I think corpse only signifies like an actual body.
body.
Can you
Yeah.
turn ashes into a vinyl? Or is it just like a. You
Yeah.
can?
Yeah, yeah. You just mix it in with the whatever wax
with
or
the-
whatever it is. I don't
Yeah.
know. You can do anything with ashes.
I want to be turned into an MP3.
You can do anything with ashes.
Like,
we'll figure it
hold
out.
on.
You should just
mean
be an
like the
iPod
file?
shuffle.
You want to be turned into the file?
I love how much that tickled Eric.
You broke Eric, I think.
Such a shit joke.
Maybe that's the title. I want to be turned into an MP3.
Have you ever thought about how much space your person would take up, like digitally?
Like file?
How many gigs? Probably megs for most of us, but like,
Well, I mean, I've seen like some people try to break it down, right? Like if you assume like DNA has like so many bytes of data.
yeah.
What is it like that? Semen, like ejaculate,
Go on.
totally would contain, I think, like 38 megabytes of data.
Well,
or
are you
something.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me look it up. Ejaculate file size.
38 megs. It's like, is that with compression?
No, it's not. It's
Jizz a
uncompressed.
WinRAR?
Oh no, take it back. One sperm has 37.5 megabytes of DNA information
So a
in it.
load
So
must be like...
yeah.
Yeah.
You better buy yourself a big old hard drive if you want to get a James Williams on it.
Yeah, didn't we work that out once? Like how
Yeah.
many sperm are in an average load?
Yeah, we did. I don't remember. You can look it up if you're watching this, I'm sure. Just go back through the archive. We've had this conversation once before. So then you could extrapolate.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you figure out how many
Just
DNA
weigh my
strands are in the
balls
body.
and then do the math.
Weigh my balls. There's the title.
Oh man. So I was reading this article earlier. I don't know how much y'all keep up with this, but there's this stupid law that's going to go into effect next year, where electric cars have to make electric cars are silent, right? They don't have an engine, so they're going to have this law go into effect where below certain speeds, electric cars have to make a sound so that pedestrians hear them coming.
That's stupid.
Yeah, and I think in Europe it's like below 12 miles an hour or whatever the fucking kilometer equivalent is. And in the US it's like at speeds below 18.6 miles an hour. I don't know why they chose that. So
Teslas don't make any noise.
they
right?
don't currently, but they're going to have to comply with the law. So some car manufacturers have started putting out samples of the sounds that they're going to have their cars make, and they all sound fucking terrible.
Druid
And
Sandstorm?
no Druid Sandstorm. But Mercedes-Benz said they're working with Lincoln Park to develop the sound that Mercedes-Benz cars will make at low speeds.
Lincoln Park.
I was like, "Ooh."
They bought it from Cameo.
It's just going to be like the Transformers sound, like the.
Working with Lincoln. What?
It's such a weird choice. Like, if they were like Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead or like someone who works in the soundscape realm, that would make sense. But Lincoln,
Sounds like you're kind of
Aren't they just adding a sound that sounds like a car?
Do you want to hear what
driving?
some of the sounds sound like? I think they have them in the booth. Can you
I
play
do.
them? Can you tell us which they are? This is like a Citroen, I think.
Can you imagine 9 of those getting on the street? Sounds like a
that's
nightmare.
terrible.
That'll be annoying as fuck.
Super annoying. You got
What?
That's horrible.
another one? This is the Nissan Leaf.
Sounds like the wind. You're just going to think it's blowing, windy outside.
Or someone's
That
whistling.
sounds like an electric car. Like a train.
Okay.
I hate it.
There's
So like, this is the future. This is the future we all are
what
gonna
car,
have to
what
sounds
car
like
is
a-
this?
This is the Chevy Volt.
That sounds
Okay.
like a spaceship
Yeah, yeah.
coming towards you, which I kind of like.
Oh my god!
What?
Huh?
I think it's the Harley Davidson motorcycle.
I'm blown away by this because it's gonna be such a short-term law because when everything's electric and people are used to it,
Yeah.
it's gonna just be like bicycles. You don't have to make a noise on
My,
a bike.
Well, right now, imagine like all these sounds sound terrible, but imagine the cacophony you're going to hear when it's all these different sounds all playing at
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
time on a residential
It
street.
needs to be a universal noise.
Right.
One noise.
Or just why not make it sound just like a fucking car engine?
I was okay with the spaceship.
Yeah, the spaceship one's fine. Apparently, my dad messaged because they have an electric car in Canada, and it makes a noise because it's the law up there. So I guess the U.S. is just further behind in that. But yeah, I didn't mind the spaceship one.
People's
Spaceship.
cats and
kinda cool.
people in chat are saying their cats and dogs are freaking out at that Harley one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I get motorcycles. I do get motorcycles because Lawrence has an electric motorcycle and you can't hear a damn thing.
Yeah.
And as annoying as that really loud guy revving his Harley as he flies by is,
You know he's there,
you do know he's there.
especially in California where lane splitting is legal.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, it like
like, you gotta
that
hear
does
that.
make sense, and I could see there being a world where like you buy an aftermarket thing for your motorcycle.
Yeah.
just so that way to make sure that car doesn't clip you and you can at least broadcast that you're on your way. But I don't know. It's just that seems maybe a little unnecessary.
So is that going to end up in movies when a car's driving?
I think I tweeted about this a couple of weeks ago, that how unsatisfying car chases in movies are going to sound when it's like electric vehicles chasing each other. Like you hear I think I was watching Mission Impossible Fallout again. And it's like you hear like the car and the motorcycles revving. So imagine if they were electric and it's just like nothing.
My favorite movie is Gattaca. I don't know why. It just is.
It's a good movie.
But they have a like not too distant future where all the cars are implied to be electric. They like plug them in and everything, and they all have this sound which is like a high voltage whirring kind of thing, and they all kind of like sound that, and that's what we need because it's just like it's like this pure electric sound, and I think it still gives off the sense that something's coming or whatever, but it's not jarring and it's like low decibel and there's not a resonance to it. I think that's what you want.
That was something from the Jetsons or something.
Yeah.
Like a little whirring.
Maybe the Jetsons vehicles don't make noises naturally. Maybe
Maybe
that
it's the law.
thrust system, maybe it's just the law in the future that they had to
They added
apply
it
those
in.
things to their thrusts.
Yeah.
You don't know?
You don't know. You can't ask George. He's dead.
Or he's not born yet.
He's not born yet.
Yeah.
He's good as dead.
What year was the Jetsons? Like what? Like did it take
We
place?
Far off future of 1997.
I bet it's like 2015 or something.
Yeah, I know,
I'm
yeah.
gonna look it up.
I always like the idea of someone in 1973 going, what do I think the world's going to be like in 20 years? Floating buildings.
The Jetsons is set in 2062.
So
we
yeah,
got some time.
we better start building.
We
Yeah.
had some time.
We have to destroy the Earth first because that's what they don't tell you. The reason they're so high up is because
It's all the
completely
Flintstones
destroyed.
live on the ground, right? Like it's all the prehistoric people live on the ground, and then all the future people live up in the sky.
Yeah, but then you'd see the base of all those buildings, right?
But then they're all floating. That's why you get like the Flintstones Jetsons crossover.
And it's not even that it's the Stone Age. It's that those buildings suck the resources out of the ground. All the nutrients are sucked through the base of their high-rise towers that they basically live in the Stone
This is getting
Age.
really
Doesn't
dark.
explain the dinosaurs very much.
Genetic splicing.
It was Jurassic Park. They escaped off the island.
There you go.
What year did Blockbuster start, or like come into existence?
Looking it up now.
Let's see.
Because that turnaround in terms of something existing to fulfill a need to now it being completely obsolete.
Wow, 1985.
Yeah. Like 20 years.
And there's one left.
Yeah.
They peaked, it looks like, in 2004 with 9,094 stores.
They're like, this gravy train's never drying up.
Man, I went and I saw Captain Marvel in the theater, and like there's it's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer, but there's that scene where it's like she falls out of the sky into a blockbuster. Like she falls out of the sky. So the scene's in the trailer, it's coming. The camera pans down, you see a blockbuster. Everyone in the theater I was in started laughing.
Yep.
I was like, what? Why is everyone laughing at this?
Because
Like,
of the Blockbuster?
yeah,
I
it's,
do.
like, it's not
That was
funny.
the whole movie
necessarily.
for me was all of the jokes that were in the trailer. Everyone got the old woman getting punched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's been in every promotional, and I'm like, either you guys have somehow managed to just, what's this Captain Marvel? Like, what is this thing? I saw a poster as I was driving down the highway, but I just thought I'd see it on opening night. What can you do? Like, or they just, I'm so envious of people that can have that ruined for them in the trailer and then still laugh at it.
Yeah, still like
I
the first
haven't,
time seeing it.
I haven't seen the trailer.
That's probably
maybe
you'll
I'll-
have a
maybe
big
I'll
laugh.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. I like how many times in that movie they need to remind you that this is the 90s.
Yeah.
It's like all the music, which I didn't mind because the 90s were like my favorite.
Except
music
that whole
genre.
song doesn't come out until 98.
Still
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah, but it takes place in 95.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
So explain that, Captain Marvel.
In my theater, no one laughed at those things, but they did applaud at the opening with the Stan Lee
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
thing that they did, which
Yeah.
is really nice. That's like the only time where I'm like, okay, I'm fine with people applauding in a movie theater for this. Because usually I'm just like, who are you clapping for?
Yeah, they can't hear you.
Or if someone who worked on it is sitting in the front row.
Yeah,
Then I'm
then
okay
I'm
with it too.
Okay. Or if it's a screening with the
Yeah.
casting crew.
Yeah.
I was fine with like the 90s music and everything, but I thought there was like one fight sequence where they had like
Just a girl.
just a girl play. I was like,
Universally reviled.
Yeah.
Everyone I've spoken to is like,
maybe should have used a different song here.
Yeah.
Or just had like the score playing instead or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a little too on the nose.
That movie had some ups and downs for me.
Yeah.
Because like the blockbuster thing is funny, but then, spoiler, cover your ears.
Oh, actually, okay.
But then she walks out, and then then they make a Radio Shack joke, and I'm like, that's the same joke twice within 5 minutes of it. You can't do that then. Oh well.
Yeah, for sure. I want to read this other thing. I want to remind everyone this episode of Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by 23andMe. Does alcohol turn your cheeks pink? You may have alcohol flush reaction, a genetic factor that makes it hard for some people to process alcohol. If you've always suspected that you feel more sleepy than others after missing out on a night's sleep, you might not be imagining things. Your genes may be involved. 23andMe allows you to go beyond ancestry to access more personalized insights about you based on your DNA. With more than 125 genetic reports, you can even gain insights about your health, traits, and more. And with a saturated fat and weight report, you can find out about how your genetics may impact your body's response to your diet. Learn if you're likely to weigh more on a diet high in saturated fat, even if you consume the same number of calories. You know, we've been talking about 23andMe forever, even before they were a sponsor on the podcast. We're all super interested in this type of service. So you can see what your genes say about your health, traits, and more. Buy your 23andMe Health and Ancestry Service Kit today at 23andme.com/rooster. That's the number 23andme.com/rooster. Again, that's 23andme.com/rooster. Thank you, 23andMe, for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
Did you hear about that? I haven't been able to find the article, but someone was telling me about this octopus that makes itself an anus when it needs one.
What?
Go on.
Yeah, just like an octopus doesn't have an anus, but it just like creates an anus and shits out, and then. But I need to like find out why.
Oh, it doesn't become an anus? I thought you meant like it becomes an anus, which I didn't. I'd also.
Oh, because it makes itself an. No, I see what you mean. Yeah,
This is a species of octopus?
I think so.
Okay, because the way I thought you were describing one specific octopus that had figured it out.
This is Steve the octopus.
Yeah. He makes himself an
He
anus.
picks all the World Cup winners, and he can make an anus.
Can you find what I'm talking about? Is it coming up?
I'm trying to find it.
I can't remember what the name
So like
was.
he just does it when he needs to shit?
Yeah,
I say he.
and
as
it
if
doesn't.
it's-
It doesn't have a permanent asshole, which I thought was really cool.
That's good for
If
him.
you could just,
How do you just make a hole?
I think you just like, it must like direct its intestines and just like push them out the side or something. I don't know.
Makes its
maybe
own
maybe
anus.
it's a different. The hole is a different hole for most of the time, and then when it needs to poop,
It just redirects
Well, I
it
think
redirects it.
most
like a train track.
octopuses,
Both are okay.
Octopi?
Octopi and octopuses.
octopoddies. I think they do. They just have like a mouth anus, don't they? Or is that starfish? I might be thinking of a starfish.
I think it's a starfish.
They just poo out their
From what I
mouth.
can tell, octopi have different anuses and mouths. It's not the same hole.
Yeah, yeah,
But an octopus, that's also the anus is also where they squirt ink out of. But when they squirt ink out of it, it's not an anus. Like they it's like railroad tracks. They line up the different tracks
We
depending
do
on
that too.
what's going on.
That is what I just said. I said it's like railroad tracks.
Oh,
I think you guys are talking at the same time. It's okay. I'm a
sorry.
woman.
I'm
Don't
like
worry about
reading,
it.
trying to figure it out. I'm not listening to anybody.
I had also a funny thought while you guys were talking about that. I know it doesn't happen, but I was imagining octopus pooping out of all of their 8 tentacles and like blasting off. Like
It's like a shitty Iron Man.
yeah, literally.
Literally.
Oh man. So we were talking about electric cars, and Tesla unveiled their Model Y last week. I don't know if anybody watches that stuff, but it's so, I don't know, it's so obnoxious and annoying to watch reveal events like that. Because, you know, first of all,
But you have a Tesla.
I have a Tesla. It doesn't mean I have to enjoy this experience. Hey, look at that.
Very true.
This is
Oh, Bernie's not here. I realized the other day, Bernie has his own Emmy-nominated Tesla owner graphic. I realized the other day, I'm also an Emmy-nominated Tesla owner.
hey, look at you.
The Bill Nye Saves the World was nominated for an Emmy, and I was on that. And I was like,
Yep.
I should get my own graphic.
He's going to storm in here and demand a new graphic.
I'm sad that they revealed that when he wasn't here.
Well, I'm sure someone will send it to him.
So the Model Y is like,
It's like a crossover. It's like they took the Model 3
like a
and then they like
squashed
stretched it
X.
higher.
so it's the kind of like the model, and budget is the wrong word, but there's the more reasonably priced version of the Model S, and then this is the more reasonably priced version of the Model X.
X, yeah.
How much more? Did they say how much it costs?
I think I want to say that Model Y starts at 41,000.
Okay.
I think the expensive version was like 60 grand.
Yeah, then it goes up pretty quick.
Wasn't there one that was like 35?
The Model 3 now has a $35,000
Yeah.
version.
Ooh.
So
when
it's definitely getting more reasonable.
Yeah. Because when the Model 3 was first announced, it's going to be a $35,000 Tesla. And I was like, cool. And then it actually came out and they're like, closer to 50. I was like, So
Really?
Yeah, the one I got was 59. And it was like the first one the first ones that came out. But now they're down to
how much
and you
is
also
the
get the tax incentives and stuff too.
but that's going away.
Yeah.
I wonder when you guys are going to be able to customize the sound that it makes when it goes slow.
I hope no one can ever customize
I
the
hope
sound.
so as well.
Oh, you can get that
would be
frog,
dangerous.
Crazy Frog?
I mean, if it is,
Crazy Frog?
Yeah, remember Crazy Frog? It's like beep, 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 beep,
No.
beep. You don't
Yeah.
remember Crazy Frog? Can we just play Crazy Frog for the next... Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
there
it
you go.
didn't used to be a frog. It used to just be like some old internet sound effect.
It was
This
just
like
a
race
picture
car.
of
It's
a
not a
This
form-
looks
song.
familiar.
You'll recognize it the second you hear it.
And then they started releasing music
Yeah, that's
under
what I see
the
as a bunch
Crazy
of-
Frog, like Axel F and all that stuff.
Crazy Frog, I think, was as a YouTube channel for a while.
Get off. That's terrible.
I would just record myself going, hello, hello, hello,
I am backing up. I am backing up.
beep, beep,
Except
beep.
that's what I'm going forward.
It's all music. What should I look for?
It's like the sound of an engine.
Yeah.
It was originally a picture of a car.
Doesn't
Yeah, I
Someone
think,
making
I
that
think it was
noise.
like try not to laugh
Yeah.
listening to this.
And
or
he
something.
screams at the end.
Yeah. But then it
would be
became
really
Crazy Frog, which is a gray frog with a helmet on
Yeah.
that does this.
It was big when ringtones were a thing.
Crazy Frog has like almost 6 million YouTube subscribers, by the way.
What?
Big deal. Big deal. Hasn't posted in a long
It's
time,
like
though.
2 achievement
That's
hunts.
like my favorite YouTube channel, Olaf Vids. You ever been to Olaf Vids?
I don't think
What
so.
is that?
It's this person who makes like low rent animation using a bunch of Disney characters. So it's like Elsa meets Jack Frost. And it's like these terribly scripted sequences like that someone is making in a low rent
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And how-
1.4 million subscribers.
Holy
I was
shit.
following the journey of Olaf Vids for a very long time because when we were at Machinima and we were doing inside gaming, we were like struggling to get noticed. And then I guess Olaf Vids was a Machinima partner and was sent out an email promoted as one of their top channels. And we were like, we're making actual things. And Olaf Vids, which is just something toddlers are watching in their strollers, is getting top billing over us.
Is
now
Olaf a reference to the character from Frozen?
Yeah, yeah. Because it uses a lot of Frozen characters. And it's like Elsa marries
Olaf.
Jack Frost. I don't know, all these weird characters. Flynn Rider and Anna meet for breakfast. And it's all like weird robot made
Yeah,
stuff.
you're right. That's exactly what it is.
But I've been following the volatility of the channel because he was on the rise for a long time. Everything he put up would do like 10 million views. And then he put up one thing and it did like 100,000. And I was like, what happened? What happened with that audience?
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. 40 million views, 52 million views, 771,000.
Yeah. What happened? What horrific narrative mistake could he have made in the story of Elsa, Anna, and Flynn Rider?
No one liked Jelsa as fairy, Anna as mermaid.
See?
It was all over after
How
that.
can you deal with an audience so fickle?
Is
I
is
would
How
try
To Basic still around?
Yeah, I think so.
Those videos really got out of hand.
They did.
feel like,
I loved them.
They went absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Who is that guy? Like, does he?
He did a face reveal that was a joke
Wow.
once. I remember that.
Do you guys watch a lot of YouTube videos? Or even like online
I
creators?
do.
I do.
Yeah. I watch a lot of Maximilian, who's a fighting game guy. There's very few channels that I'm like, oh, a new upload, and then I watch.
Yeah.
But that's definitely one of the channels that I do. And then I don't know. I actually use the homepage a lot. So it's all related videos, but then it's whatever I was searching for last week times 1,000.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like I watch the trending stuff a lot. If I'm going to watch anything.
Yeah. Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah. Or like the new episode of Hot Ones.
And occasionally Rooster Teeth animated adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Ruby has been there a couple times, I think.
I've been watching a lot of, they were on the podcast last week. I've been watching a lot of Good Mythical Mornings.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
they have such a huge catalog.
Yeah.
It's like I've missed so much. I've been going back and like trying to watch a bunch of their old back catalog stuff.
Those guys are so fucking quick.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I did a slow-mo video with them while they were in town, and I'm excited for my YouTube original to end so I can upload it.
Oh, yeah.
Had a good time making it.
Yeah,
What
they're really nice.
When does that get to come out?
Probably April or May.
Nice.
Let's promise.
God, it's going to be weird to edit a video again. Haven't done it in ages.
Can you give me a little preview before it goes up?
How slow did you get?
We went so slow. We went 1,000 frames a second.
What'd you guys film? Are you allowed to talk about it, or you want to wait?
I'll just tell you after.
Okay. Cool. Fair enough.
Yeah, it was weird having them here because I wanted you guys to be on it also, but it's like, oh, well, you're doing Always Open with them, and you're going to film a slow-mo thing with them. Like, it doesn't make sense to
It's
like,
also
double up all that
already
stuff.
4 people total.
Yeah.
With 2 of them and then you and
No,
Bernie.
we'll bust out the bigger couch,
True.
make it a party.
Gavin can sit in one of their laps.
Is that what you
Rhett's
slow mode?
Rhett's a big yeah.
Is that it?
sound
Don't
is
say
loud.
it. Tell me after.
I think it was this morning they put out a video like trying to make a $500 Subway footlong.
What?
So it's like if you take the ingredients in a Subway footlong, but you put like you made your own version with like super expensive high-end ingredients.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like you get like a $5 footlong or this $500 sandwich.
What was it so expensive in it?
The meat, like they got like
They put like caviar in there.
I bet it
no,
was,
it was like the same kind of stuff. Like it wasn't
Gotcha.
stuff that you wouldn't be on the Subway sandwich, but it's like they bought the best version
and
of
like the best cheese. And
right, the best cheese, the best meat.
Have you ever watched? There is maybe it's a YouTube channel or it's a bunch of YouTube videos that a bunch of people do. I don't know, but like the comparisons between cheap things and expensive things, those are real good.
I think I saw one once where a guy bought like an expensive $100 knife and then like a knife at a dollar store.
Yeah.
He's like, if I sharpen the dollar store knife, will it be as good as like the $100 knife?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It's like you just have to take care of it.
But then it's like, oh, I'm going to have a Kraft singles and then I'm going to immediately afterwards eat some cheese that's been sitting in a vault in, Holland for 1,000 years and see which one tastes better or whatever, Like,
yeah, I think I watched one about like getting a massage for like $30 and then getting like a $500 one at the Four Seasons.
Oh, so like getting a Robert Kraft massage versus getting a $500
There
massage?
you go. But actually, look, it was really cool. Like the really expensive one had 2 people like mimicking each other's actions on you. So they're doing like both arms at the same time. And it's like, that would be
I feel
cool.
like I don't know if I would like that. I like having only one area focused on at a time because then you like
you say that having not paid for this $10,000.
It's
It's like
Touche.
Pacific Rim. They have to drift to get you like to coordinate your movements of your body and get it all going together.
They're screaming at the one that's not keeping up, and at one point one's brother dies and they have to replace them. I'll never massage
Do you guys
again.
leave your underwear on when you get a massage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You do.
I do.
What's
But
what's the line that they give? Disrobe to your level of comfort.
Yeah, which I never know what that means. Like,
So you start taking clothes off until you're uncomfortable, then you put the last thing back on.
okay, fair enough.
the last time I got a massage, I always keep my underwear on, but she did the the thing where if you keep your underwear on, they like tuck the
They pull it, yeah, and
they tuck the
tuck-
sheet in so that way it stays there. She tucked the sheet in and then just pulled my ass out anyway. And I was like, all right, okay, all right.
Yeah, but okay, glute massages are the fucking best.
No, yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I just don't want.
Oh, you can ask for that?
I mean, I think if you
Yeah.
go no underwear, the implication is you can massage whatever you want.
Oh.
I think
haven't
that's the
had very
implication.
many.
Also, you pour some Skittles on the ground and you tap your foot 3 times. Then they know. But she just went for it. And she also was crazy. There was one point where none of her was on the ground. It was all on me. She had her knees on the backs of my thighs.
What did you ask for?
Nothing. I said a regular massage. And I don't even have like a regular person or whatever. She doesn't know me. I'm a
She
stranger
was like
to her.
straddling you?
I was on my stomach, and then she climbed onto the table. Then she climbed onto my legs. She put her knees into the backs of my thighs and then massaged my shoulders, so none of her was on the ground.
It was all the weights on you, yeah.
All the weight was on me.
Maybe she just
And it
put
felt
2 heavy
great.
rocks on
And the
you.
whole time I was thinking, don't fart because my ass is exposed.
Wait, your ass was out too during
Yeah,
this
because she
time?
pulled it down.
That sounds like that would hurt the back of your thighs, having her knees buried
Wouldn't
in
that
there.
like spread your cheeks open a little?
Maybe. Yeah. What happens in the massage room
Yeah.
stays in the massage room
Well,
unless it
James
gets
is
rated.
able to grow his own anus whenever he wants
That's
to.
true,
So
yeah,
he's
you
closed
put it
it for
Put it
this
in your
one.
back or something.
Ugh.
I've had a
Sucked it
lot
in.
of strange massage experience. I've got a massage from a blind person. So he knows everything about me except for what I look like. Every inch of my body.
Did he not massage your face?
No, I don't get face massage, but everything else he touched with intimate detail. So
What's your favorite part of getting? What's the favorite part for someone to work on you?
probably
I feel like I was going to phrase that really differently.
Yeah.
I'm going to go lower back.
Lower back.
Sometimes I like shoulders too, but sometimes they do that thing right on your scapula I don't know where they run their like knuckle, and it's good because it breaks up all that stuff, but it also feels really painful.
Yeah.
But there's like nothing about my lower back that I think like really hurts.
I feel like I would pay someone just to massage like
The traps.
my traps.
Yeah.
Because those are so inflamed on me just from years of terrible posture. Yeah.
I have to massage your traps every single night.
So that, or my lower back too.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Although I'm working on deadlifts now, so apparently that is really good for your back. Dude,
Nice.
fucking deadlift, man.
Have you ever got the massage where they do they pop your fingers?
Yes.
That's my favorite bit.
At the end?
Is
What
it?
if you just for an hour, they're just popping and they go to the other side, they pop again,
What if every time they pull your finger, you fart?
and then you have your cheeks exposed?
Yeah.
Pushed
It's like a
over.
volcano.
Yeah.
I had a massage recently. I go like maybe twice a year or three
Yeah.
times a year.
It ain't cheap.
And the masseuse I had, she had clearly a tickle in her throat, but because it's so quiet in the room, she's trying to be quiet about it. So every now and then she'd be like, and I wanted to be like, dude, just
okay.
go ahead, just cough it up, because you could tell it was like something that like just wasn't coming out.
Yeah.
Just go get some water. Whatever you need to do.
You didn't say
Take care
anything,
of it.
did you?
No,
you
because
just lied there.
I'm so awkward. I'm so passive aggressive when it comes to anything like that. So just like I'm just gonna pretend and be asleep.
Yeah.
Is it creepy to look at the person?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
My eyes
Maintain
are
solid eye contact.
like glued shut at all times during a massage.
Like I got something in my eye when I was lying on my back the last time, and I was like, trying to open, but I was like, I hope she doesn't see me with my eyes open.
She's
for,
just
like,
right
1
above your
second.
head.
Well, here, let me tell you, the blind masseuse, the room was pitch black. I couldn't see him at all, but he knew exactly where he was. It was amazing.
Just like Benson.
And the best thing is at the end, I gave him a 20 instead of a 50.
It's weird. Like other countries, they make their bills in different sizes,
Yeah.
so that people who can't see can tell. Like,
Yeah.
how much
Not in
money they're
America.
getting. Not in America. It's all the same size. Get up here, Benson.
Benson, come here. Come here. Come on. He just woke up from his nap again. Oh.
There we go.
What? Keep going.
For the audio
Hey,
listeners, very
what a
slowly
majestic beast.
climbing up onto the
Yeah.
platform.
What a majestic beast.
Boy. He keeps looking at me.
Yeah.
Does it?
Does he want something from you?
No, I was just like, does he think I'm a lease or something?
Maybe. He gets confused.
That's it.
He's the best of us.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be in Arizona Circle?
I don't think so. He was in the pilot, technically.
He's got to have a cameo.
He
He should have a
was-
cameo voiced by someone on Cameo.
You could
By
get.
Gilbert Gottfried.
You could get.
Oh.
I just looked it up. You could also get cameos from famous animals like Bubs.
Yeah, Eric slacked me that Bubs was on there.
Yeah, although apparently Bubs does not have. He only has a 4.5 star rating because someone's like he does the same video for everyone. Because you could also
come on,
see other
Bubs.
videos that they did for
Well,
people.
it's a
Come on,
what is
Bubs.
Bubs? Dog.
He's a
a dog.
dog that's like. He's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure you saw that video a couple weeks ago. Where it's like where she's filming him and he gets like really mad. He becomes aware the camera starts screaming at it.
Do we have a Bubs video that we could show? Oh, excellent.
What did the animals do, though? Like, they're not going to...
It's probably just like them walking around playing music with like text on the
I
screen.
think there's that dog, that Walter, the singing Frenchie, who's from here in Austin. I think he also has a cameo as well.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I saw some baby pigs on there too, which I'm tempted to pay
Send
for.
those to Chris Damaris.
Dude, we love baby pigs.
Do you think I could get Jake the Snake Roberts Snake to record a cameo for me? Hey, man, I'm just, how's California?
Josh is a great friend.
Yeah, Josh is a great friend, man.
The Bubs.
I love you, Mr. Bubs. Do you love me too? No? Oh, no. I think he loves me.
Yeah, I got you. I got this on camera.
Imagine living with that dog. I mean,
Demented.
every day is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. It's like that. Have you seen Marnie? I think it's Marnie the dog.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
that one that has like the tongue sticking out.
Yeah.
There's a conspiracy that like she's actually like they're weekend at Bernieing the dog.
Oh, really?
Like it's not alive anymore. Because
never heard this
that dog
conspiracy.
looks like really not well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dog has had a lot of health problems.
Yeah.
Very famous dog now, though.
Yeah.
Was it? Is Grumpy Cat still alive? Or are we going to get into a dark part of the podcast? We're going to talk about
I don't know.
dead animals?
I don't know.
We should not talk about that.
Grumpy Cat had that movie. I think Grumpy Cat's still alive.
Okay.
I think because Grumpy Cat does conventions.
I feel
Grumpy
like we
Cat went to TannyCon or whatever. What was it?
TanaCon.
TanaCon. Yeah, he was there in the sun.
She.
What about
Grumpy Cat's a girl? That explains the Grumpy.
She's apparently very small. Yeah, that's true. She's apparently very small, like this big.
what about Shane Dawson's cat?
That's also a Grumpy Cat.
That's like my nightmare, dude. Like having something.
I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast. I think we talked about it right before, but do you want to? Because I wasn't aware of it.
Why don't
before
you?
the show.
It's
Get
like
us up to
something that you
speed.
potentially said as a joke years ago, taken out of context.
Yeah.
So apparently he made some joke years ago that he had sex with his cat. And now, out of the blue, out of context, you said, like, you saw him on Twitter. Out of context, you see that he tweets that he did not have sex with his cat and has never come on his cat.
Yeah. But my immediate thought is, I don't know what he's talking about, but I do know he fucked a cat. That's my only reaction to that tweet.
What's better in that situation? To address it and then have a ton of people being like, what the fuck is he talking about? And try to look it up, or not addressing it at all.
I mean, you could, at the very least, you could add, I know people are misconstruing this joke about me fucking my cat, but it was, like many things I say, a joke.
Yeah.
Not
Instead of giving no context.
I never fucked that cat, man. Listen, Josh, Elise, if you're out there, House California, I never fucked that cat.
Yeah, it's like we've been doing this podcast for 10 years now, so it's like there's a huge library of shit I've said.
Yep.
I'm sure, like, out of context, you're just like clip. It's like, oh, look at this horrible thing that you've done in your past.
Even with the context.
Even with
sometimes.
with context early on, I'm sure it wasn't great either.
Yeah. Yikes, dude.
I'm not envious of him, but
That's
you
not a
could have
tweet-
worded that tweet better.
Not a tweet you want to make.
No, not a tweet you ever want to make.
It's hard when you've been making content for so many years. Like, something inappropriate is gonna slip out at some point.
Or
some
you
joke.
intentionally do it because that's literally your job of my job every single day. Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, I didn't know about the cat thing. I just read the tweets and I was like, wow, all right, chill out.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was like a really serious deal for him. Just sounds funny. I mean,
didn't-
not actually having sex with a cat, but the
Thank
fact
you.
that he's tweeting.
I'll read it.
Okay.
I didn't fuck my cat. I didn't come on my cat. I didn't put my dick anywhere near my cat. I've never done anything weird with my cats. I promised myself I wasn't going to make an apology. I wasn't going to make apology videos after last year's thing, so I'm just trying to be as short and honest with this as possible.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Dude, that's wild.
I feel like he, should have given a little bit of context
I mean,
beforehand.
I also want to hear from the cat because it's easy for him to say all these things.
It's probably dead
Oh,
at this point.
because he fucked it to death.
Oh my God.
See, that's going to come back and get me.
Why would anyone do that to a cat? I mean, of all animals, if you're going to bang an animal,
Well,
Why a cat?
you asked earlier if you could have sex in any other animal style, what would it be?
yeah.
But that's like animal style, not if you could fuck any animal.
Was that like with Iranians on it?
Not many people are going to understand that joke.
In a very in and outside joke.
Nice.
Nice.
Did you say raw onions?
Yeah, what is animal style? Is that Iranians? Or
I think it's
thought it was like-
Slathered in the
Cheese?
sauce, their secret sauce, which I think is just mayo and
now I really
I
want
never
In-N-Out.
order it. It sounds messy, so I never
Yeah.
order it.
no.
I haven't had In-N-Out in forever.
I know. It's like I felt like we were like so envious
So
of In-N-Out,
excited.
and then they built one like less than a mile down the road here. It's like, oh yeah, it's there.
We should start going to lunch again
Yeah, let's do it.
and like getting burgers and stuff.
Yeah,
Because I feel like I never go to lunch with anybody anymore.
I never do either.
Yeah, it makes me sad.
Esther always asks me if that's sad. She's like, "Who did you eat lunch with today?" I was like, "Oh, I went and got something by myself." She's like, "Isn't that like sad?" Like, no, I love it.
Yeah. It's like going to the movies by yourself.
Yeah,
It's great. It's the
That's the
best
best.
version of going to the movies.
Especially at the Alamo, where you could also get food. So you're treating yourself.
Warm cookies.
When do tickets to Avengers start going on sale?
I don't know. I looked for that the other day, and I saw they weren't up yet.
5 weeks away.
Yeah, it's 5 weeks away. I don't know. It's got to be soon.
I hope so.
I don't know.
Yeah, I expected them to be by now. I feel like normally, I feel like for Infinity War, didn't they go on pre-sale like in January or something? Like it was really early.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Maybe they weren't trying to undercut Captain Marvel. So now that Captain Marvel's out,
They want to see how long they can keep Captain Marvel in theaters making
interesting.
money before they do that.
They're only going to sell half of their available tickets.
Let's see what you did there.
Joke of how only half the population remains.
Oh, no, they'll sell them all, and then when you show up, half of them just get ripped up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shredder.
Yeah, nothing for you.
I don't feel so good.
Here, I'm going to read this other thing. I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is also brought to you by ExpressVPN. Admit it, you think that cybercrime is something that happens to other people. You may think that no one wants your data or that hackers can't grab your passwords or credit card details, but you'd be wrong. Stealing data from unsuspecting people on public Wi-Fi is one of the simplest and cheapest ways for hackers to make money. So when you leave your internet connection unencrypted, you might as well be writing your passwords and credit card numbers on a huge billboard for the rest of the world to see. That's why I decided to take action to protect myself from cyber criminals. I use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN secures and anonymizes your internet browsing by encrypting your data and hiding your public IP address. They have easy-to-use apps that run seamlessly in the background of your computer, phone, or tablet. So for less than $7 a month, you get the same ExpressVPN protection that I have. And I've talked about using VPN for years. If you're going to be on public internet connection, absolutely should use it. Even if you're not on a public internet connection, couldn't hurt to use it anyway. So protect your online activity today and find out how you can get 3 months free at expressvpn.com/rooster. That's expressvpn.com/rooster for 3 months free with a 1-year package. Visit expressvpn.com/rooster to learn more. Seriously, make sure you get a VPN. Protect your data. No one else is going to protect it for you. That's the easiest way to put it. I don't know what else to say.
Beto's coming for you.
Beto will find you. He'll find your back orifice. I read this. I read this crazy thing the other day. Like, I realized how out of touch I am with people much younger than me. I was reading about how kids who are in high school, like, I guess, everyone has computers now, like to do schoolwork and whatnot. But they're very locked down. They can only access certain applications. So the new thing that a lot of people in school do is they flirt via Google Docs. It's like they'll have a shared document or the chat, if it's not disabled, in like Google Docs, and then you can chat off to the side and communicate. Or you make a document where it's like you just write what you want, and it has like you can make notes, like you're making notes on a document, and then if someone comes by behind you, like a teacher, you hit like resolve all notes, and they all just vanishes, and it looks like you're just looking at a normal document.
That is genius.
It's like I never would have thought to do that, and it's like we don't have to think around that. We don't have a teacher coming around and checking what we're doing. It was like that's really smart. That's a really smart way to get around.
If you get caught, they say, please bring your laptop to the front and read your Google Docs for the whole class.
But everyone's collaborating on it. Yeah. They've all seen it.
That's true. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
so you'd be like, will you go out with me? Yes or no? And then someone else strikes through yes.
It's like, ouch.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant to underline it.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, so no more paper notes. No more. That's
interesting.
That makes me feel old as fuck.
I didn't get any notes in high school anyway. So
I didn't either. I saw other people though.
Yeah, their lives are changed, but for the rest of us, it's pretty much the same. Just sitting in class, actually taking notes and listening like an idiot.
Like the big nerd I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's wild. And then this other story I know we're running low on time, so this is the other story I wanted to bring up before we go. I read this news article about a plane that had to turn around. It had just departed from Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. The plane had to go back to the airport because one of the passengers forgot her baby at the airport.
How?
I guess like it was a newborn and she just forgot.
I mean, new is right there in the word.
I feel like that is. I feel like that is like, okay, wallet, cell phone, keys, baby.
Where was it going to?
The plane was due to fly from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Had to return.
Did they lose the baby for that? Like, to get it taken off you?
I don't
leave a baby?
Child
I'm
Protective
surprised
Services.
they turned the plane around, or the plane
What are they
around.
going to do? They can't put the baby on another plane.
Well, but I mean, as long as they know the baby is there, someone at the airport will grab the baby and go, all right, we have a baby. And then
Run.
Yeah.
just the next flight out, someone rides with the baby.
Well, I feel like they don't want...
It's probably a
I guess they don't want
liability.
the liability of having and keeping a baby alive that isn't...
I mean, the mother didn't care about the liability that much.
Also, it's a long flight. Like, I don't know how long of a flight that is, but you think about going from Saudi Arabia
that's like
to
half the
Malaysia.
world.
Yeah. That's a fucking long flight.
Yeah, that's a long flight.
How long is it?
I bet that's at least 10 or 12 hours.
How far in were they?
Yeah, that's.
They said they had just taken off.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. That makes
person must have freaked out. Like, what else do they turn a plane around for? Because
Not
this
much.
is the request of the passengers to turn
Right.
a plane around, which is rare that they would ever do that.
I feel like baby might be the one thing that they would turn
Yeah.
a plane around for.
What if she was like, I forgot my baby, so they turn her around and they land. She's like, just kidding, it's actually just my cell phone. But thanks.
Oh, now we know how to turn
Now-
a plane around.
Yeah,
I think the police get involved at that point.
probably, yeah.
Do they go back for passports? If you somehow...
Oh, I doubt it.
I doubt it,
I
yeah.
don't think so. You can mail that.
You either
Can't mail a baby.
send it or you get to your destination and then they just make you go back. Mm-hmm. Like that's your fuck up.
Or they could mail it.
But you
to
can't go back because you don't have your passport. There's no way to prove who you are.
They'll have to meet you at the international area.
Yeah. I don't know. That's crazy.
Who was it? I think it was like CGP Grey or someone. I think it was CGP Grey. They did a whole video about like the international terminal at airports, and it's like determining what laws apply there. Like once you pass beyond passport control, it's like you're in this weird between the time you leave passport control, you get on the plane and then re-enter another country with your passport. It's like what laws apply to you at that point?
It's like the Wild West.
Or is it the law of the
Sky.
of the country that the airline flies for? Is it the law of the country you left? Is it the law of the country you land in?
I don't know.
There's all these.
Sounds like a good heist movie. You just came up with like the premise for the next Oceans movie.
My baby.
You gotta steal this baby.
And then I think the weirdest exception was, and I forget, it's been a little while since I've seen this video, so I'm going to get it a little wrong. But they talked about this one example where someone, I believe it was a Chinese citizen, was arrested in the Amsterdam airport. And because of the way the visa worked, he was not allowed to leave the airport. Like he could not legally enter Amsterdam. So it's like, well, they need to get him out of the airport to put him in jail. So it's like, how do you get him out of the airport when he legally he can't be in the country, even though they're taking him to jail. So like the courts had to pass and create an extrajudiciary zone around him. So it's like legally where he stands is not Amsterdam.
And he's like trying to dodge it. Like he's like, trying to
get out
close
of his
him
own
in. And
shadow.
he's like, not today.
That's cool, though, that basically wherever that man goes in Amsterdam is legally not Amsterdam.
Yeah, or the Netherlands, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they had to create like where he's standing was China, despite the fact he was in the Netherlands.
And he happens to be standing on top of a diamond mine. You just came up with the plot of the next Oceans movie.
Ocean's 9.
Or Arizona Circle Season 2.
Ooh.
All heist themed.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe we already have one.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no, someone's right. Who is this? Some guy on the internet. You're right. It was Wendover Productions. It wasn't CGP Grey.
No.
Wendover Productions made that video. That's the kind of stuff you were asking if we watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I watched stuff like CGP Grey, Wendover Productions. CGP Grey did a follow-up to his Brexit video. I know it was him who did it. He did a follow-up to his Brexit video the other day. He was talking about how fucked up your country is.
I like those videos.
Yeah, but it breaks it down very simply. It's like, this is what the UK wants. This is what the EU wants. Look, none of these things line up. This is impossible. And it's just very, very simply conveyed. It's like this huge, super complicated issue. It's like, break it down into a couple points. It's like, here you go. You can understand this in
Are there
5
videos
minutes.
like that about just everything else that's going on in this country? Because that'd be very
Can you just
helpful.
Teach me?
Like, and explain like I'm 5 for just every issue that's going on. I feel like that'd be very helpful to a lot of people, myself included.
Yeah.
We should make those. Arizona Circle Season 2.
Yeah. It's all informational heist videos.
Informational
Steal
heist.
something, but we teach you about it. It's like Carmen Sandiego.
So you steal the Declaration of Independence, and then you teach us about the Declaration of
And then
Independence.
Nicolas Cage shows up.
Excellent. Perfect.
We might get him as cameo though. So it's someone holding a phone. It's him reciting the cameo.
You just give him his lines. Like, here, just say this for your cameo.
Just tell them to do it on a green background, so you can just green screen them
You
in.
can put it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that SAG? Is that okay with SAG?
I'm sure they'll be fine
How
with
does that
it.
affect that?
I saw what was it? I saw a trailer for some Korean film where it was about it was set during the Korean War. It was about the Battle of Incheon. I think it was a film called Incheon where they had what's his name? Liam Neeson playing Douglas MacArthur,
Perfect.
and it looked so weird and so bad based on the trailer. It looked like Liam Neeson doesn't give a fuck about this movie. It's like, they're gonna pay me a couple $1 million to do this film in Korea. He's like, I'm gonna show up and I'm just not even gonna try. It looks fucking incredible.
That's awesome. It's not out yet. Is it coming out?
I think it's out already. Let me see if I can look it up. Incheon.
Sounds good.
Movie night.
But it's like, that's like the old thing that people used to or that Operation Chromite. That was it. It's a 2016 film, so it must be out already.
Operation Chromite. That's not the title I expected for that movie.
Wait, is that it? Liam Neeson? Yeah, Liam Neeson.
All right.
It's like the thing people used to do, right? Like before the internet, you'd always hear about like big Hollywood celebrities going to like Japan and doing like TV commercials. And you never see it. So like on YouTube now, you see someone like is it Tommy Lee Jones as the robot for the Boss Coffee?
Yeah.
And you see all those.
Did you see that
things.
Al Pacino thing that was going around?
Oh, the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, Al Pacino's Dunkin' Donuts song.
What?
There's like this musical.
Apparently, it's from Jack and Jill.
Oh,
it's from the Adam Sandler movie.
but that's still not better.
Yeah.
I would have rather him have done a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Oh,
You
okay.
didn't see it?
No.
It's so
I'll have to watch
bad. I was obsessed with it for like a week. I must have watched it like 10 times a day for a week.
What the fuck? How did I miss that?
Probably nobody saw Jack and
I
Jill.
was gonna say no one saw Jack and Jill.
Well, for
and
sure
then
not.
It came out, and then I guess
The movie that Adam Sandler won both the female and male, or like worst
Best leading.
actor and worst actress in.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's about time to wrap this up. Unless you guys got anything else?
Yeah, the podcast next
Oh,
week is
yeah.
at 7:30.
7:30.
Podcast next week is at 7:30 because of Live Week. So tune in. We're doing Live Week. We still, I believe, have a couple tickets available. If you are in Austin and want to go in person and see, there it is. Want to see the podcast? There you go. But if you're watching from home like you normally do, we're going to be live at 7:30 instead of 5 next week because of Live Week. Thank you,
Wicked.
Eric. I'm sorry I forgot.
That's why he has a microphone.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
bye.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to this supplemental special edition of the Rooster Teeth podcast. We have a special guest with us, so we decided to go film something with him. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody.
Everyone,
Scott Rogowski.
everyone should be used to seeing you. It's a little out of context. It's a little weird seeing you here.
I am out of your phone, on the couch,
Yeah.
And glorious widescreen.
widescreen,
yeah.
Panasonic, Technicolor, 3D.
No 3D.
No,
And of course, we also have Becca and Mariel with
Becca.
us.
What's up?
To chat
Where
with
am
Scott.
I? There I am.
I found, I think, the two biggest HQ fans that I know of here.
Oh, really? You've been playing it
Pretty,
so
I would say
low key
Becca.
here.
There's definitely we have a good group going here.
Yeah, I've played like I think every day since like September 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. How
invested.
long has it been around? Has it been like almost 2 years now?
It's about a
No.
year and a half.
Yeah.
Wow.
August 26th, 2017 is our birthday. And so we're about a year and a half in. Yeah.
For people who don't know, I mean, I assume like we're just talking like everybody knows about it. HQ
Right,
Trivia
you
is
didn't
just
even
like
say it?
an app where people can
HQ Trivia.
Where people-
HQ Trivia.
people can play along on their smartphones, and it's not like a pre-taped thing; it's live.
It is live.
And you're competing against everybody else who's watching at the same time.
That's right.
And,
And people think they're like, oh, because as it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point of millions of people playing concurrently, people will be like, oh, it's harder to win now with 2 million people. It's like, no, it's the same amount of difficulty. It's the same
Right.
degree. It's just you're competing against yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not actually. There could be 10 million people. It doesn't matter. You still got to get all 12 questions correct to win the game. Right. So those people. Not so bright. It's the reason why they're not winning HQ.
It's a great concept. It's like it seems so simple when you think about it. It's like, oh yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you just do that? Yeah. But I felt like you really hadn't seen that, where everyone gets together like at a very regular time. It's like it's a certain time. I know that we all take breaks around the office. Like when the afternoon game comes up, it's like, oh, everyone gets together. Like, all right, it's time for everyone to compete.
Yeah. We have a
2:00
Slack
here.
channel
Yeah.
where it's called HQDs. And we all do the roll call, join in.
I used to book time on my calendar so no one would book meetings with me. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. I'd be busy from like 1:50 to 2:30. And it was just like meeting with sales, and then I'd run to sales and play with them.
150 to 230. You had a
I
very,
have it on my calendar, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
every
you were
day.
very optimistic about your chances.
I was.
And you put in
was.
prep time too.
Oh yeah,
10 minutes
I
of
got to
Wikipedia
get over
reading.
there. I got to sit. We got to hype each other up.
Yeah. That's great. I love that.
I feel like it went for a long time as at first when it started, it was, general trivia. And now, I guess it's been a while. You started doing like themed episodes where
Well,
it's like,
last night was Game of Thrones
Game of
themed,
Thrones, Game of
Thrones.
and I fucking lost on Q13 and knew 14 and 15. I was so mad.
That's the worst.
The worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
But
the
I
theme
like
games.
that.
Well, the themes are. I've totally. It's been like a shot in the arm. It's great. It's people love whether it's The Office, Seinfeld, Game of Thrones you mentioned.
Beyonce.
Disney, Marvel,
one
movies,
also, I think,
Simpsons.
yeah.
Simpsons, yes, one of my favorite show. But I mean, it's a great way for fans of these franchises, musicians. We did a Taylor Swift night, Beyonce night, Golden Girls, whatever it is. There's rabid fan bases obviously online, and you can bring them all together in a way they've never been together before, and say, here you are competing with all your fellow fans of whatever the property is, and the money is almost secondary for those games because for those people it's the bragging rights.
Right.
It's you're the ultimate expert on Golden Girls. Whatever. So that is those theme games are some of the funnest ones to do. I get to dress up a little bit, throw on some silly wigs, hats, whatnots.
The money is not secondary to one of the people on the couch.
Oh yeah,
here with you. How much have you won, Becca?
In trivia alone, I think it's like 217.
Oh my gosh! I didn't
And
know
then
that.
adding words is like 222 or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so yeah.
So you're quitting Rooster Teeth and you're just gonna play
Yeah, I'm
HQ
gonna be a
full time.
professional
Professional
trivia.
HQ.
I'm no Chad 1M. That guy's insane. But no,
He gets enough shout outs. Chad 1M. Yeah, that's the words champion, right?
yeah, just that guy always wins.
Fast fingers.
I had a pretty big win early on. I think there were 9 winners, and we split $1,000 pot. So that was like a lot of
There you go.
that
See,
winning.
that is the difference. In those early days, people could win $50, $100 pretty regularly. Now, because there's so many people playing, the prizes sometimes go down a little bit. But so that's why we played HQ IRL yesterday.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
Yeah,
we gave
I-
out 10,000.
You were there,
I
right?
was there.
Yeah.
There was a few of us who were there, and our poor social media coordinator Maxie blames herself for the loss. But I think we all took ourselves down with that one because we all got out in different questions, and then one of our graphic designers, Tony, who's a huge fan, he I think he accidentally clicked the Tomorrow Show, and we were like, wait, tomorrow, and he clicked it, and then everyone was like, no, late show, and he was like, it's done.
It's done.
You can't change it.
And they spent the day Googling the Tomorrow Show.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Snyder. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've always been curious when obviously you did the IRL show yesterday, or for us yesterday, here at South by. And then that's a chance for everyone to see you in person. But we're all used to seeing you on the phone. It's crazy because I always wonder. Like, I think everyone probably wonders when they look at it and they just see like you're like really such. I feel like the iconic face for HQ Trivia.
It's weird to see me out of the phone. You mean?
Yeah, I bumped into you over here like a little earlier before we recorded. It's like, oh. Hey, like, and I shook hands. Like, oh yeah, you don't know me. I had to say my name, because I see you all the time.
It's that familiarity. That's a funny. It's you're not the first. Believe me, there are a lot of people who approach me very casual. Oh, hey, yeah, like they've known me for years, but because they sort of have in the phone world. But no, I mean, when the live show we did was phenomenal. I mean, I like telling the audience too when I do a live show. It's like if you are experiencing lagging during this event,
It's a glitch
consult
in the
a doc.
Matrix.
Yeah, seek medical attention. You're probably having a stroke.
Yeah, put the beer down.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any glitches happening in real life. That's on you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it seems like probably the biggest hurdle to executing the show is, like you talk about, potentially technology glitches, or you're dependent on a lot of people's internet connection and other people,
And hardware. I mean, you have a shit phone.
Yeah.
that's what I play on a shit phone. Still managed to do it okay though.
But so yeah, you definitely don't have to deal with those things in person.
Yeah, I play on my Motorola Flip when I'm not hosting.
Ooh wee.
Yeah, but it's hard. No, look, the technology is still some of the most unique technology that's ever existed to get that many people served simultaneously, all that data coming through around the world. The team at HQ pioneered this technology to get it to where it is, to scale it to where it is. And, occasionally there's still bumps along the way. We're still, there's only so much the system can take at certain times. And until, I guess, with every passing month, what's the rule of technology? You guys know this.
It's like every 18 months, I think, like the capacity doubles or something. Yeah.
Exactly. So with time, that process will just get smoother and smoother, and then there'll be 100% glitch-free experience. But in the meantime, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
What's your what kind of background do you have? Like, what did you do before this to prepare in order to be someone who it's more than just reading trivia questions. It's vamping and building that personal connection with people.
You can vamp like none other.
You really can.
Yeah, well, it's strange because my background, I used to own and operate a day spa in Jupiter, Florida. And,
you meet a lot of billionaires that way, I hear.
Yeah, a lot of good networking. But so no, I started as a stand-up comedian and just having that experience, I guess, being on stage, being able to vamp when needed. Basically, after you tell a joke and it bombs, the ability to kind of walk your way out of it and bring the audience along with you. So that's a skill I've built up over the years. A lot of explaining my jokes, and
those are the funniest jokes, really.
yeah. I think audiences like that when you lecture to them and say, "No, this is funny, and you're wrong. You're wrong."
If you have a PowerPoint,
We've built a whole brand out of it here. That's all we do here at Rooster Teeth.
That's how you do it.
So I'm told that apparently we have some behind the scenes footage of ourselves.
Oh.
I think there's some footage of Mariel here.
I got this is my my first win.
Really?
And it was a movie trivia night, and I was hanging out with some friends, and never won HQ before, and won. And then afterwards, my friend is like, "Holy shit! My security camera was recording the whole time. We got your win on camera." And so
Security
I
camera.
wanted to show that to you. It's,
Were you visiting your friend in prison?
No, I mean just like her house, like her home security camera.
But let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
It's like very Scooby Doo.
That's you running around?
Yeah.
Yep. Just wait for it.
I expected you to do like the soccer player thing, like slide in on your knees with your arms in the air.
There's the second part that her cat, and it's just me chasing the cat. I'm like, Murphy, we won, and I'm shaking him and like trying to get a hold of him, and he was not happy. But it was the Notting Hill, I think it was. It was like, what does Hugh Grant say at the end of the movie? And it was like, he says,
It was like after she says, "I love you."
yes, she says, "I love you" to him. And what does he say? And it's like, "I know," right? Which was from Star Wars. I was like, that's not it.
What you talking about, Willis?
What you talk?
Which definitely wasn't it.
I can't remember what the other thing was. But then the other one was,
It was like
he
me
said,
too or
yes,
nothing.
he said, yeah, me too, or he says nothing. And I was like, I don't think he says anything. He doesn't say anything. And so I clicked it, and then I won, and of course lost my goddamn mind.
Wow.
We saw there's video evidence
Well,
on
I think
it.
everyone remembers the final question of their first
Oh
one.
yeah, 100%. And so then, I pressed it, and then they announced that I won, and then I took off, and I just ran up the stairs of her house and just started running around
Victory
up there.
laps. Victory laps.
I was victory lapping.
It's like when a dog gets the zoomies.
Yeah.
And they like run around all
Exactly.
crazy.
That's exactly what it was.
Did you chase your tail as well?
Yep, I did.
I'm still trying to figure out what your friend's doing with this low-angle floor camera in their living room. Are you trying to
I
catch
guess
a
they're
raccoon or
just trying to
something?
watch their cats. I don't know.
You can identify any intruder's feet. Like, yes,
Yeah.
officer, that's the person who broke into my house.
Yep.
Is that it?
Tap into
Feet only.
WikiFeet.
But yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Smart houses, right?
there you go.
Yeah, it's the way of the future. Do you think will we get embedded HQ apps in our smart houses? We're like, walk
Isn't
through
there
a house.
already one?
Hey, Google, get me ready for HQ. If you say that, the HQ University will pop up and read. Oh, my voice is reading you questions to help you prepare for HQ. But there is also an Apple TV app that you could hook up to your big screen at home. And
Super cool.
then in that one, usually my face goes into a bubble when I read the questions. Well, in the Apple TV app, it's half screens, full me the whole time. So I realized I can no
Can't really
longer
zone
pick
out,
my
yeah.
nose between questions or take a sip of water or anything. Now, spotlight is on me.
Yeah.
100%.
I had no idea. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
I use my Apple TV all the time. Yeah, we have a strange roundabout connection with HQ Trivia. We have someone that used to work here that works for HQ Trivia now. If longtime podcast viewers will remember when Andrew brought us the Snapchat spectacles for us to try years ago. Andrew doesn't work here anymore, and now he works over at HQ, which I think is how we got connected for you guys were in
Is
town
that
for your
so?
IRL
Andrew,
thing.
our very own Andrew Watts.
Back
He
over
used
there.
to
What's
be-
up?
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
He used to be our
The actual
very own.
teen.
Yeah, actual teen.
Do y'all know about the actual
Teen who
team?
went viral.
Yes.
He actually created Rooster Teeth too. I don't know if you knew that.
I hear that.
Actually, here is
The
embarrassment
boy
from
wonder.
here.
He's the boy wonder
He is.
of
Boy wonder.
social media.
So he's who told me about HQ.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
As he should.
Yeah.
He's got his finger on the pulse.
He really does.
Yeah, he interned here for a while. Then he worked in the marketing department, right? Didn't he work with you, Becca?
He did.
And now he's off over there flying high in HQ land.
He's a New York boy.
He is.
Yeah, he's going to be running this place in 3 years. He's going to
Well, he invented it.
He invented it. He's going to come back and I don't know what he's going to do. Social media.
So you all, I guess, never talk about the methodology for finding questions or for figuring out like themes or anything like that.
Well, I mean, it's the writing process is, it's probably the most important part of the show, right? The fact that we have an incredible team of writers who they're not just going through trivia books and Googling, trivia questions. They're coming up with original questions that are not just interesting, but engaging and maybe funny. With the we call those negs. That's the inside term for the wrong answers. And so coming up with sexy negs is a big part of it.
Sexy negs.
Yeah, which are the wrong answers that will draw the people to that question, to that answer option. So the sexier the neg, the better, to really create a savage question. That is part of the equation of a savage question.
Oh, do you all try to make savage questions?
Oh, I think the writers relish a good savage question towards the end of a quiz, maybe. But just because again, you don't want everybody winning. But you never know when it's a savage question. You can't. The answer is you truly can't architect a savage question because, hey, bird's nest soup. Who saw that one coming?
No, I certainly didn't.
No. Did you get it right?
No, not the first time. Next two times.
Third, fourth time?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Bird's nest soup. You know the story of bird's nest soup?
Bird's
Still
nest
slays
soup, no.
people to this day. Like,
It's crazy. Bird's nest soup was our most savage question ever. It was asked actually just about a year ago exactly on the show. It was the third question into the quiz, and usually you start easy.
Yeah.
1 through 12. You start easy, build up. So Q3 should be relatively easy. The question was, what Asian delicacy is primarily made of birds' nests? Or bird's nest soup. Sorry, bird's nest. The Asian delicacy bird's nest soup is primarily made of what?
it was like crunchy noodles.
Yes, yes. Crunchy noodles, cabbage, shredded cabbage, or bird's nests. The primary ingredient of bird's nest soup, what is it? Bird's nest is the answer.
Yep.
It's hardened saliva of the swiftlet bird.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They build these nests out of their saliva. It hardens, and these people harvest it and boil it down into soup.
Seen a lot of bizarre foods.
Yeah, it wasn't like a poetic metaphor like bird's nest. No, it's actual bird's nest.
You're eating a birdhouse.
You're eating a birdhouse.
Everyone thought, including myself, that it was the noodles. Because
I'm sure there's probably like an Americanized version of it that's crunchy noodles, but yeah.
Egg drop. But Becca, you were one of 1.8 million people who got that question wrong.
Wow.
1.8 million in a single question.
And if I'm going to go, I want to go in a savage question.
Yes.
However,
Bury me in a savage
you
coffin.
are stingy with the savage declarations.
Well,
You're
yeah, I mean,
very
you
conservative.
shouldn't be. You know, there's,
so what
they're
tips the
savage.
scales?
They're
Yes,
slightly
I
savage.
appreciate the savage.
They're brutal questions.
What's your criteria for a savage question?
Well, I like to think there's like 2/3 of the quiz is out on a single question. You know, and especially if there's a long the bar of wrong answers outstrips the correct answer bar. That's a good indication.
I love when I get the right answer and you see that. You see like a lot of other people, the wrong answer bar is way longer.
Yeah,
it's,
exactly. You want to be on the right side of that bar.
So how, you talked about the writing process and getting these sexy negs. I'm registering sexynegs.com, by the way. Don't stop me.
We should get that. Get that now. Andrew. He's on it. Andrew got it.
How much of it is written versus you utilizing your your ability to vamp and ride along with it?
Well, so we have the writers who write the questions and research it. And then actually Bruce Valanche does all the writing for my script.
Oh.
Yes, Emmy Award-winning comedy writer Bruce Valanche. I outsource it all to him. HQ's Valanche, I call him. No, that's not true.
Beat it, Michael Musso.
I write notes for the questions to myself in the boxes there, and then I write my little intro. But there are also a lot of things that just come to you in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And also, this is cool. I get to share this. I didn't realize this was a video component to this podcast.
Yeah.
Hello, camera 2. People ask, what you asked about the setup, and people think there's a teleprompter and everything, but actually, and I haven't told anybody this before, but all the entire script for the show and all the questions are written on the back of a CVS receipt.
It's the longest paper known to mankind.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's.
I love it.
What did you do? Buy two
That's
things?
how I bought.
Look at that savings, though.
Oh,
my
yeah, there's
God.
so
I
many
bought this Sharpie. And I got this.
Got all of that?
My God.
But it's great. This is how we did the scripts on HQ. We put it all there.
Wow.
The questions.
Yeah.
I love it.
You ever seen there's a guy a few years ago who dressed up as a CVS receipt for Halloween, and he went to CVS and redeemed his extra savings rewards. Sure, audio listeners love that.
Yeah. That's just me stuffing the receipt back in my shirt
ASMR
pocket.
HQ podcast.
Oh yeah, we're doing an ASMR theme show, and because I say this now, we have to do it now.
HQ ASMR.
That's how it works. HQ ASMR. We'll do the entire show like this. Q1.
Can you get an actual bird's nest and crumple it like by the microphone?
Or I can be sipping bird's nest soup. Is that part of it? I haven't actually watched an ASMR video.
No, you're doing it.
Is it people blowing on soup?
I think it's I think it's anything.
Yeah.
Anything and everything.
Okay.
I think anybody would listen to whatever ASMR you put out there.
Yeah.
No, it's about whispering.
Yeah, about being very gentle.
Would people like that? Write us. Let us know. Send a postcard to 490 State Street.
or just send us a social media interaction. Just tweet at us.
Oh, that's right.
Or something.
People tweet these days?
Tweet directly at Andrew.
At what's up? What's up?
That's WhatsApp.
That's what's up. WATTS. Up.
He'll appreciate that.
Yeah. We're trying to boost. I bought Andrew 5,000 followers
Oh, did you?
Oh my God.
for Christmas. Yeah.
That's all
good.
he ever wanted.
So this year I wanted to organically grow that Twitter reach.
There we go.
So this is it. This is my gift to him now.
You can't sustain it if you keep spending money. He's got to do the heavy lifting on his own.
Exactly. But he does buy a lot of his followers. People should know that.
I remember one year he waited whether it was worth it to buy like 50,000 followers to be an influencer to get him into these events at South by, or just to like pay someone to get him into the events. It's like,
That's brilliant. And Andrew is doing Firefest 2 this summer. He is organizing that. He's been talking to Coolio.
I think Ja Rule said he was interested in doing a festival again, right? Didn't he recently?
Oh, no.
I think it was after all this renewed interest from the Netflix and Hulu documentaries. Everyone's got those dollar signs rolling in their eyes again.
Oh, yeah.
How long until we
Especially Ty Dolla $ign.
Ooh.
now that we have HQ IRL, how long until we have HQ Firefest?
HQ Fest. Would you guys do an HQ cruise?
I totally would.
100%.
I'm also throwing that out to the universe.
I've never
now.
been on a cruise in my life.
No?
I would do an HQ
We can go
cruise.
around Galveston,
cruise.
Corpus Christi,
Oh, God.
All the hot spots.
the whole Gulf.
Yeah, all the most beautiful Texas beaches.
Yeah, the oil-slicked beaches of Alabama.
It's on a tugboat. I'm into it.
I grew up when I was really small. I spent a few years living out on the Texas coast in a small town called Texas City, which is by Galveston. And it wasn't until I was much older that I realized most beaches don't have tar on them. This is like we'd go down, you're like, oh, you're going to find a place to sit down. You pick all the tar out first, then you sit, and that's how you scout out a little place on the beach.
America.
Yeah, Texas beaches are
America.
not the best. So let's do the HQ cruise somewhere else, somewhere more scenic.
Okay, we'll do Roosevelt Island to Rikers to Staten Island. We'll do all the New York islands.
Let's get on a ferry, right?
Randall's.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Staten Island ferry. We'll book the Staten Island ferry.
See, it's just a.
We only need like 15 minutes, right?
That's right. It's a 15-minute cruise.
It's a 15-minute cruise.
12. We'll do 15 questions for the cruise.
There you go.
Oh, love it. All right. Well, thanks so much for stopping by and hanging
That's
out
it?
with us, and and just chatting.
Oh wow, that flew
really
by.
appreciate
It
it.
did
Yeah,
fly
sure.
by.
This is great. This was felt faster than an HQ game.
It's about on par. Maybe a little faster.
And
but
no
yeah.
savage questions.
No
from you
savage.
guys.
Nothing savage. No.
You don't want to ask any savage questions?
I want to know what are all your nicknames?
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming you just sat down and you just you did all those yourself.
That was that actually was Bruce Valanche. He did
Okay, that
those.
one was okay. Yeah, I figured.
All right. What's your favorite Fish song?
Oh boy,
I don't listen to Fish, but
You
I
don't,
will.
but people
I'll
wanna
listen
know?
to your favorite song.
I think it has to be AC/DC Bag,
Okay.
and because AC/DC Bag has been my favorite song, there's a line in that song that goes. Maybe you'll know this line. It goes, "Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get this show on the road. Bow, 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 bow. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Whoa, carry me down." Bow, 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 bow. Anyway, I shortened that to "Let's get this show on the road." Let's get down to the
down
nitty
to the
gritty.
nitty-gritty.
That was
Numero.
yeah.
Numero uno.
Yeah, there's a little HQ behind the scenes for you.
No.
Became the new catchphrase that swept the nation.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you don't know, I mean, now you know. HQ trivia. You should
Don't
absolutely
know, now
If
you
you
know.
sign up, use code BEXMEX.
That's not fair.
Oh, come on, come on.
Let's get a lower third when she says that. When we finally release this for her. All
Well,
right.
you gotta
well,
put mine on there too. I need some extra lives.
What's yours?
It's MSAL8. MSAL8.
There you go.
And follow That's What's Up on Twitter.
So he doesn't have to buy any more followers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Hey, do you like the podcast?
No.
Do you like Rooster Teeth?
No.
Then don't like and subscribe this video. But if you do like the podcast and like Rooster Teeth, maybe you should like this video and subscribe to the channel and catch all our new videos when they go up. We would like that very much.
No.
Stop it.
No.
That was great.